All right, we are live on YouTube. And gosh, I love how YouTube is already saying bad stream status. I doubt it's a bad stream status. It's a false positive because I have my fiber line and this thing is streaming in high quality 1080p, or like some of the guys out there like to say 1080 BFP, which stands for big fucking pussy. Haha. Welcome to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. This is episode number 3 of the email comment response series, and I have a very special guest with me here today. It's none other than Manny Rivera. Say hello, Manny Rivera.
What's up, guys?
How's it going, bro?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Let me just check this stream status, see if it's gone over to. It still says bad, but let us know out there in the chat if it's streaming well. Just so you all know, there are plenty of moderators here that will be moderating this chat. Feel free to speak your mind, but if you get way out of line, you're just going to be instantly banned. So speak your mind within reason. You know, you can critique, you can criticize, but, you know, just be reasonable. Don't be here to play childish games. We're here to get down to business. AkaoRyu says banhammer. Now, unfortunately, I typically do these shows pre-recorded, so I did not have the time to find a way to integrate the live chat within the video portion. So if you're watching this on Facebook or anywhere away from YouTube, you will need to go to YouTube on the replay to actually watch the live chat. In the future, I will be displaying the chat on the screen somehow. But Manny, how are things going over in your neck of the woods, lately? What's been going on with you before we get started here? Because we got a real doozy here today.
All right. So, obviously, I was down a computer for like a week, about almost 2 weeks. Long story short, caught a bug. Unfortunately, with a Mac, because usually, you hear MacBook Pros or Macs never get a virus. Well, guess what? I got a virus. So I'm proof that it does exist.
Wow.
So there's a flaw in the Mac system somehow. But anyway, it's good. It's taken care of. Actually, my computer's running 10 times faster than it was before, so it's a good thing. Plus, I have more space now and everything like that. But I just had an interview today with she's a Catalyst life coach intensive. Her name is Virginia. So I did that today, and then I did a quick update. I'm going to be also streaming on Twitch doing gameplays. I know you knew a little bit about that, so by letting people know here. If you want to go check me out, it's AkaoRyu, or Ryu, some people say Ryu. I'm 34, and I'll be doing like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Resident Evil 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'm doing a few games over there.
Awesome, dude. That sounds absolutely awesome. I just want to address, in the military, you are 5 minutes late if you are on time. Just suggestion for improvement. Hey, Shadow going his own way. Yeah, I get that. Look, sometimes shit happens. It took a lot of effort and work to get this done. And it was put together at the very last minute. So I'd rather be 5 minutes late and provide a very high quality show and make everything work perfectly, or as perfect as possible, than starting on time. Yeah, then starting on time and having shitty quality and all that. But yeah, my apologies for that. You're absolutely right. Nightwing's in the house with the band hammer. Manny, have you watched the new Dragon Ball movie?
Yes, sir, I have. It was amazing. It was really good.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to check it out. Hey, and now I have a good 1080 BFP stream status. 1080 BFP, high quality. I got to tell you, Manny, ever since fiber came into my area a few months ago, and I've had a gigabit up and a gigabit down, 1,000 up and 1,000 down. This is just amazing how, I can produce high quality streams with great sound and great video. I've beefed up my laptop. I put a 2 terabyte solid state drive in my in my computer, so that kind of helps things out. It wasn't cheap. It was about $350. They certainly have come down in price, though, I'll tell you. SSDs for 2 terabytes used to be thousands of dollars. And, when they came down to a reasonable level.
For 300, that's really good.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good price for a 2 terabyte solid state drive. And running the i7 quad core with 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, I've beefed this thing. Yeah, I beefed this thing up. But anyway, they don't want to hear about computer specs and all that shit. They want us to get down. They want us to get down to business here. So, Manny Rivera, I'm going to whip out the monster. No pun intended.
Oh my gosh, everyone's doing that. My other friend live stream, she's drinking an energy drink too. It's like, dang.
It's not good for you, man. But occasionally, you need to have one of those to make it through, man, because it takes a lot of energy and effort to make this shit happen here. So,
yeah,
let me switch screens over here and go over to what we're going to be discussing today, and I'll fill you in a little bit. Manny, I know you've been kind of following me around and following what's going on within one of the communities I used to participate with, and now I'm really not participating with them, but I'm just really not happy with the way some of their content creators are misleading men and misguiding good men that have just come off of a breakup or a marriage, and they're in a very volatile state. They're in a very emotional state. You and I have been through breakups, Manny, and let me tell you, the first month or two or so, you're going to go through what this MGTOW community calls the red pill rage, which is totally normal. But after a couple of months of raging and being upset and being hurt, which is totally normal, even for men, okay, you got to start working through that and getting and starting to try to, how do I say this? I'm losing my verbiage here. People love that. I haven't said that in a while. You've got to start moving forward and trying to remove the red pill rage so you can get back on track and be the man that you were meant to be. What are your thoughts about that, Manny? The first month or two, or maybe a little bit longer, depending on how long your marriage or relationship was before it ended, before it failed. You're going to go through that rage, but you have to work through it, right?
Right.
That's all you have to say
about
it?
I agree. I totally. I mean, yeah, the first couple of months was definitely rough. And it's like, especially me going through my separation through the divorce, but because I always been a person to be positive and optimistic. So I always been a person to reflect on things. So that's what really helped me out. And then for me, starting YouTube was more of me dialoguing and taking documents of my life. So that kind of like helped me to grow and learn and to move forward instead of like just staying stuck in the middle,
Yeah. No, you make a lot of sense, man. That's why I love having you on these shows. And for those of you out there that don't know Manny, he runs the AkaoRyu channel on YouTube. If you go below in the description section of this live stream or wherever you view the replay, once it goes onto a replay, his channel is there. Please subscribe to his channel and bang the bell. I know, Manny, you've been working on changing some things up with your channel and making it more towards a coaching channel that's going to help men and women better navigate this modern world in similar ways that I do out here on my channel, right, Manny?
Right.
Yeah. So go down below in the description to find his channel, or just click the three dots by his name if you're here on the live stream within the live chat, and click go to channel and subscribe to Manny. Support him; he's a great guy. Carly Ellison, welcome here. Welcome, Jamie the Purple Pill Guy, Robin Banks, aka Joe Buddy. You've been doxxed. Angel Munoz in the house with a band hammer. And let's see, Carly Ellison says, we go through a rage too when we discover the true nature of men. Yeah, it works both ways, Carly. Both men and women are going to, go through, a rage if they are broken up with. The dumpee, not the dumper. The dumpee is the person that got dumped. Whether they are a man or a woman, they're going to go through that rage for a month or two, or maybe a little longer, depending on how long your marriage or relationship lasted before it ended. But at some point, you got to work through it. You've got to work through it, get back on that horse, and become that emotionally strong, confident man that all men were meant to be by a higher power, in my opinion. And what's been happening here, within the MGTOW community, which is why I'm calling Mike the MGTOW Monk out, is, he's been, leading these men down a path that I feel is more so hurting them than helping them. I don't think he's trying to intentionally hurt them, but because I feel he's still going through a rage, and I feel based on what you're going to see here today, um, I'm getting distracted by the chat. I feel based on what you're going to see here today that Mike the MGTOW Monk is not in a good emotional state to lead a group of men that are in that same emotional state back on track. You need to have good leaders that have already worked through the red pill rage, have gotten back on that horse, are much stronger, and can really help guide these men, back to being emotionally strong. This is not about telling these guys which way to go. If they want to withdraw from women, if they want to date or marry women, that's up to them. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm here to say, hey, look, you got to get out of that red pill rage, because if you don't, not only are women going to be repelled by you, whether you want to, date or marry a woman in the future or not, your guy friends and your family are going to get, annoyed by your behavior, and no one's going to want to be around you. Okay. No, Jamie, I'm not going to give tips on how to pick up a woman here. Okay. Okay. So we're going to get serious and get down to business here. So, basically what happened, Manny, for those of you that aren't aware, if you're not aware, I was made aware of this guy, Mike the MGTOW Monk, through one of my Discord groups. Yeah. And my Discord, they've had some issues with him. But for me, I don't, judge anybody. I don't like to judge people at all. But I don't make a decision on whether I want to follow someone or not until I check it out myself. And so I went over to Mike the MGTOW Monk's channel. I saw a few videos. I really liked what he had to say. I made a comment in one of his videos. I said, hey, bro, great video. You are the man. You've got a great message. Our message seems to be very similar in the ways that we like to help men. Are you interested in collaborating sometime? I'd love to collaborate with you, right? And then he basically got back to me. He basically got back to me and said, because my name is so tainted and tarnished in the MGTOW Manosphere community, he feels it wouldn't be a good idea to work with me. So in essence, this man is calling himself a man going his own way, but because of how, the other people in this community feel about me, he's choosing to not work with me. Okay. If he were to come out and say, hey, Eli, I just don't think it's a good fit for us to work. If he were to come at it from his own standpoint and not based on what other people think about me, I could respect that more. Okay. But that's why I had a problem with it. And that's how this back and forth started between Mike the MGTOW Monk and I. And I thought this back and forth was done until and I'm not even subscribed to Mike the MGTOW Monk, but for some reason, because, we've been doing videos back and forth on each other, YouTube will still suggest those videos to you. Mike the MGTOW Monk put out a posting today on his community tab. Most channels now have a community tab where you can go and make a posting of any length, and that'll show up within the YouTube feeds of subscribers and other people that YouTube feels would want to see that. And within my YouTube feed today, I saw this long-ass community post by Mike the MGTOW Monk. And lo and behold, he even mentioned my name in it because I guess Mike the MGTOW Monk is also one that wants to ride the Coach Eli dick, the Coach Eli wave. Whether you love me or not, man, Mike the MGTOW Monk, a lot of people like to ride the Coach Eli wave, and that's why you're doing it. If you didn't see any value in it, Mike, you wouldn't do it. So are you kind of with me so far, Manny, before I get to this this community posting here, which you'll see at the top left of your screen there?
Yeah, man, go ahead. I understand. This is, I don't know, it seems like everyone has to say something negative about you, but here's a great thing for people. Why don't they just stay positive? Or if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, man. It's pretty simple. If you have a problem with Coach Eli, be a man about it and confront him and talk to him, but don't do it through comments and things like that. Don't be a coward, because that's not being a man. Being a man is if I had a problem with Coach Eli, I say, hey, I this is what's bothering me. Let's talk it out. Let's be a man about it and fix it. not hiding through comments and all this. Be a man, man. Like you're being a girl. I'm not to offend any women or anything like that, but men were meant to talk, to solve problems, to fix things, not to be like whining and complaining. Like we weren't created to be that way. You know what I'm saying? So I just I hate it when men are cowards and they have to like be negative about things instead of just talking it out.
Right. And what's happening within the MGTOW community is these men are conforming to the wants and needs of the content creator they're following, because they know if they don't, they're going to be shunned upon. They're going to get attacked, just like I've been attacked. Wow, Coach Eli's been attacked, and MGTOW doesn't like Coach Eli. Oh, my life is over. I am bawling in fucking tears. Like you guys don't like me. Wow, I think you should focus more on starting to try to like yourselves.
Exactly.
Instead of not liking me. Okay, maybe not liking me is keeping you away from realizing how you're behaving and how much you're not liking or loving yourself. So I get where you're coming from, Manny. I totally get where you're coming from, and Manny, what is the opposite of being a good, reasonable, considerate man or considerate man, which is what I'm trying to say? What is the opposite of being a good, considerate man? If you've been watching me, what do I call those men that are not good men? Or men that put women on a pedestal, kiss a woman's ass. What do we call those? I'll give you a hint. 1080 BFP.
White something, right?
No, the acronym is BFP. BFP. Big.
Go ahead.
You don't want to say it, huh? You know what it is.
I think I heard. Again, say it.
It's big fucking pussy.
Oh,
you don't want to be a big fucking pussy. You want to be a man.
More or less, they're being boys, because men learn to respond. Boys react. So they instead of thinking about the problem, trying to resolve it in their own minds, they just react to it. And that's different, like in a way that separates boy from men. Men respond and like in a positive, trying to be in a loving way, and boys react.
Yeah. No, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, let's just get right to it here. Let me get to one comment here. Hear no evil, see no evil. I've been watching a lot of this going on, and to be honest, Coach is not taking his own advice on. If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Hear no evil, see no evil. Dude, look, I care about the well-being of men, and men that go through a breakup and a divorce are in a highly emotional state, and they need to be more so uplifted than what the MGTOW guys do, which is the MGTOW guys keep them in a red pill rage much longer than they need to be. Okay, I want to see more of these MGTOW guys and other creators that are trying to help men get through these things. I want to see them more so uplifting men. I'll tell you honestly, honestly, hear no evil, see no evil. And I can't get to all the comments here. It's just way too many. We got to get to the actual show here. But honestly, and I lost my fucking train of thought. Fuck it. That's what happens when I get a little distracted here on these live streams. So let me just take a look at what hear no evil, say no evil. Hear no evil, see no evil says here. Don't say nothing at all, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I had something good to say, and it totally slipped my mind. So let's just, we'll get back to some more, chat comments later on, but we got to actually get to the show. So does it help to kick them when they're down? No, we're not kicking them when they're down. Hear no evil, see no evil. What I'm saying is we need to uplift them. Oh, right. Yeah, this is what I was going to say. I remember now. A lot of these guys that had been a part of the MGTOW Manosphere community for 2 years, like I was a part of it. I don't consider myself to be a part of it anymore, but I've been around it. I've seen what's happened for the past 2 years. And I'll tell you honestly, a lot of these guys are still in the same exact red pill rage and still acting angry, bitter, and emotionally unstable after 2 years. What that's telling me is that we're not helping uplift these guys to get out of the red pill rage. We're keeping them in the red pill rage because that's what these MGTOW content creators need in order to keep these guys around. If these guys get healed and release themselves of the red pill rage and go back to being a normal man, whether it's on the plantation or not, these MGTOW content creators will have, nobody following them. So I just feel that's why I feel these guys are being misled and misguided by MGTOW content creators. I don't think the MGTOW content creators are doing it on purpose. I just don't think they themselves are really realizing how they're hurting these men, unintentionally hurting these men, than helping them. So let's just get right to it here. Okay. We got to get into this. All right. Let's read this right here. Mike the MGTOW monk made a long ass, community posting today. And it goes like this. Woo-hoo! 4K subs. You are the man, Mike the MGTOW monk. I make this promise here now to not take this for granted, and I promise you I will not come out later to be a fraud or blue-pilled cuck. I promise never to leave the community for the plantation. I vow never to become a PUA. I'm not here to pretend. I'm not here to scam or play games or prop even myself up. Holy shit, this guy sounds like he's running for the fucking presidency of MGTOW, which doesn't even fucking exist. Dude, are you running for fucking office, Mike the MGTOW monk? I make this promise here now to not take this for granted, and I promise you I will not come out later to be a fraud or blue-pilled cuck. Like that cuck Eli, right? Call me cuck Eli, motherfucker. I promise never to leave the community for the plantation. Oh. Wonderful, dude. You're going to live a sorry-ass, miserable life. Go right ahead. I vow never to become a PUA. Great. You're never going to feel a nice, warm, wet vagina ever again. Okay, that's your choice, man. I like pussy. I think you like pussy too, Manny. But we're good. We're saying figuratively speaking here, Manny, because you and I, we respect women. When I say I like pussy, it's another way of saying in guy code that I enjoy the company of a woman. Okay, I'm here to not pretend. I'm not here to scam or play games or prop even myself up. There's nothing wrong with running your channel because it makes you feel good, Mike the MGTOW monk. I do this not only because I love helping other people by sharing my stories. It makes me feel good to do it because I've been through all of the things that you guys and gals have been through out there. Okay? And part of what makes me feel good is sharing my real life stories with you each and every day, because you may relate to those stories in some way, shape, or form. And it might help you learn something that will prevent you from going down the wrong path down the road, possibly. So there's nothing wrong with propping yourself up. Okay? There's nothing wrong with running your channel because it makes you feel good about yourself. If what you're doing on your YouTube channel doesn't make you feel good about yourself, then why are you fucking doing it, Mike the MGTOW monk, or anyone else for that reason? What are your thoughts so far before we move forward here?
Okay, Manny. So something I was thinking, like, because it seems like they're taking it the wrong way. Like, I understand. I know you're trying to help them, and then this is to whoever's listening that's part of MGTOW or whatever. I get it, man, because I came from a separation due to divorce. I get that. People have expired relationships, expired marriages. It happens. But the thing is like, what can you do to better yourself? What can you do to move forward? I understand you have hurts and pains, and you got. When I was learning today, when I was having this interview with Virginia, she was teaching me that it's okay to have these emotions. It's okay to go through anger, through the bitterness and stuff, but you have to learn to forgive. You got to learn to let it go, because if you continue to hold this grudge and and I understand if someone asked me if I have kids, no, but I do have nieces. I do have a family. My nieces are like my own daughters. I treat them well. I treat them with respect. Now I don't have kids of my own, but I do understand. Yeah, it sucks to be a single parent. I have friends that are YouTubers that are single parents. I get it, man. I have my own. Actually, my sister was single at one point with 2 kids, but now she's married. But I'm just saying, I understand your hurts and pains, You just gotta go through that emotion, go feel that anger, feel that sadness, and move forward with it. Like, okay, understand, like, hey, I made mistakes. She probably made mistakes. That's how it is. And something for me, I'll share with you guys that are part of MGTOW. Listen, my ex wanted out. I'm not gonna mention her name out of respect because I still, I still love and care.
Trust me, you don't want to mention any woman you're dating or dated on YouTube because they will attack her to get to you. That's what they did to me. Now they don't have that fucking card anymore. So go ahead, man.
So I'm saying I get it for the MGTOW community that's watching this, that might be hating on Eli and me too. I'm not hating you guys. Why don't you guys try to go see a psychiatrist? Why don't you try to see a or a life coach? I'm saying that because the problem is in this society, in this world, a lot of men don't want to get help. They don't want to get psychiatrists or counselors or life coaches. Right. How I know is I have heard statistics. Even there's a guy I introduced Eli about him too. His name is John Kim. He just wrote a book called Why I Used to Be
the Angry Therapist, right?
Right, the Angry Therapist. And he's gone through the same thing. He's gone through 10 years plus of doing what he's doing. And a lot of his clients are mostly women more than men, because there is a ratio that women, maybe, I don't know, it has to do with this. It has to do with vulnerability. It seems like men, because we were brought up in a world of we got to be macho man. We shouldn't cry. We shouldn't share our feelings. We shouldn't do this. I think it's because of us not being vulnerable and sharing how we feel and being open. This is the problem with men. And this is why the suicide rates are pretty high up, and it's mostly men, because men will end up taking action and taking their own life. And what I'm trying to say to you guys, look for help. Try to get help. I get it, man. I get that you're going through misery, that you're a miserable F, that you're like you don't
miserable
feel,
what
F.
Miserable.
I want to make sure this is I don't know if this is a family friendly channel, but I'm just trying to.
Dude. Miserable fuck. It's okay, dude. There's profanities allowed on Coach Eli's channel. I feel it's a normal part of society nowadays, man. But go ahead, do what you want to do, man. My house is your house, brother.
I appreciate that. So I'm just letting them know, like, hey, get the help that you need, man. It's more an honorable thing for you guys to get help than to continue to hold that anger, that bitterness, and that destructional behavior. Because I'm assuming, and I've gone through some things on myself, like. We find ways to cope things through, alcohol. It could be alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever. These are copes, but that doesn't mean that's going to help the solution. That's not going to mean it's going to fix the problem. So I'm hoping this helps someone, but I'm just sharing my what I have seen, what my experiences, what I'm learning. So anyway, go ahead. We can move forward.
I agree with you, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because if I respond to everything, man, we're gonna be here for like 10 hours, and we don't have all day here. But yeah, let's continue forward here with what Mike the MGTOW Monk was saying in this long ass community posting. I'm also not trying to be a leader of MGTOW. Okay, dude, because even if there were leadership roles available in MGTOW, you would not be qualified, Mike the MGTOW Monk, because you are not emotionally stable enough. There are only a couple of content creators out there I respect that I feel are emotionally stable. One of them is Traversable, who used to be Traversable Underground MGTOW. Now he's a Traversable Philosophy. And even though Trav doesn't really like my message, he's very civil with me. He's a good guy, and he will respond to my stuff in a professional way. He doesn't agree with me, but he doesn't try to kick me down. So that is one man that's emotionally stable. Riff Magos is emotionally stable. Those are the only two guys I can really think of right now that I trust to lead men down the path of success and help them get through and past the red pill rage that many of these men have been suffering for the last 2+ years, because they're following creators like Mike the MGTOW Monk that, in my opinion, still haven't, worked through the red pill rage. Mike the MGTOW Monk, you have not worked through your red pill rage. Furthermore, he says, however, I wish to seek wisdom and teach my findings to the world through a red pill lens. Let me repeat that more times. I screwed up. However, I wish to seek wisdom and teach my findings to the world through a red pill lens. Okay, there's nothing wrong with teaching people red pill content, as long as you're trying to.
I'm just saying it depends on how he does it. How is he teaching them? Is he teaching it through a lens of perspective of where he's positive, where he's encouraging, where he's loving, where he's helping people, or is he doing it where through his emotions it's a negative thing? Is it like, is it dark? Is it being more harsh with, what I'm saying? It depends on how his techniques are. It's the way to help a person.
Hey, you know who's in the house? Yeah, I heard what you said.
Oh, who's in here?
Let me just type in the chat real quick here. Troll of the Century, Jonathan Tuttle. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. We got some good people in here. You're absolutely right there, man. As long as he's teaching red pill knowledge and allowing men to decide how to use that red pill knowledge and not projecting how he feels they should use it, no problem. Right. Men need to be red pill. They need to know red pill knowledge, because if you don't understand red pill knowledge, then you're going to be a big fucking pussy, and then you're going to be taken, and you're going to go down a vicious cycle of women abusing you, using you, taking you for your money, cheating on you, blah blah blah. Okay, so
I totally agree with that, and see, it makes me think. It goes back to self-evaluation. Like, why don't they take the opportunity before they jump into a relationship? Why don't they work on themselves first? Work on what they need to work on. Work on, if they have their passions, their dreams, their desires of wanting to do something, inspiring, to put a dent on this earth. Why don't they focus on that first? Like. Right. And worry about a relationship. Like, for me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm single, and I'm single on purpose because I want to work on myself right now. I want to work on learning to better love myself, learning to understand myself better. Then when the time comes, if someone comes in my life, which I think, I'm assuming it will, because it's whatever you attract. If you're a positive person, that's what you're gonna attract. If you're a negative person, that's what you're gonna attract. If you're a clingy person, codependency person, that's what you're gonna attract. That's just the truth. That's the reality. Let's just be real, because that's how I am. It's whatever you draw, whatever you attract, that's what you're gonna get. So
man, what you're saying is you like pussy.
Yes. That's
a figure of speech. Like I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, man. You're a guy. You're a dude.
I like women, and that's not a bad thing. But what I'm saying is, when the time comes for me to be in a relationship with a woman, it'll happen. I'm just not gonna rush it. I'm not gonna force it.
Right.
I wouldn't know to say, like, I'm a man going on his own way, but right now I'm learning to.
You are a man going your own way. You're choosing to go the path. Wait. Every man's a man going their own way, because every man is choosing to go down the path that they feel like fucking going down, Manny. Like Manny, do you do whatever the hell you want to do every day? Do you decide what you do for yourself?
Yeah, I could say that. On my free time, yes. Like, besides.
So does that make you? Yeah, I know that, but doesn't that make you a man that's choosing to walk down the path he wants to walk on with no outside influence? That's a man going his own way. Right. I'm not gonna. But I'm not gonna call. You and I are technically not MGTOW, because there's a stigma if you call yourself MGTOW. I'm not gonna get into that here today. But every man is an individual that creates his own path, and same with every woman nowadays. Are you moderating the chat?
Yeah, I see someone. I'm about to put the band hand around their.
Don't ban Helmet Boy, but yeah, ban that ND.
I think someone did already.
No, Angel timed him out.
Oh no, Angel, let's block him. Let's get rid of him. We don't need him.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
And he has a fake account. He's not even real. Troll, man. No trolls welcomed here.
Yeah, hey Manny, and any other mods in the channel. If anyone is just speaking hate just to attack me that has nothing to do with this show, please just go ahead and ban them.
Yeah, there's no point in trying to. We could give some people a second chance, but for you guys that are on the chat, that are also moderators, let's go on their account. If you see them have no content, get rid of them because they're fake. So
yeah, just take care of it, Angel. Just ban them, and same with you, Manny. Just ban them. Don't ask me. If they use the N word and all of that,
haters gonna hate.
Yeah. Anyway,
Taylor Swift. Taylor's gonna hate.
You know what? Here's the thing. The more these guys troll the chat like that and behave in this way, the more so it's proving, the more so, hold on, Manny. And the more so it's proving our point in what we're saying, that these men are acting like little boys, they're immature, right. they're going through a red pill rage, and they just don't want to get out of it, or they're not being guided the right way to get out of it. So, I kind of laugh at this. Doesn't bother me anymore. The only reason why it bothered me in the past is because I had my ex-girlfriend or girlfriend at the time on my channel, and they would attack her to get to me. So not only I could handle these guys, but then I had to put up with my woman at the time.
Yeah,
and I can't blame her for not liking this shit, because women don't like this shit. This is manly shit, right? So my mistake was bringing her out on the channel. Now I'm a man that stands on my own. So you know what? I don't give a shit what these guys say. It's actually very fucking entertaining, and like I said, it more so proves my point, Manny, that these guys are still in the red pill rage. They're acting like little kids. They're immature, and they're so hurt that they try to do this stupid shit to mask the pain, rather than bettering themselves. Right?
They're trying to take away your power in a way that they want to bring you. They're miserable, so they want to bring us to be miserable. And no,
it's not going to happen.
It's not working, right?
Well, no, you were about to say it's not going to fucking work. You could say it's not going to fucking work, right?
Right.
Anyway, let's move forward here. Okay. I'm considering monetization only because my health isn't all that at the moment, and I also have a few projects in the future that will take money to finish. Why do MGTOW men feel the need to justify if they're going to monetize their fucking channel or not? Monetize your channel if you want to do it without asking anyone. You're fearing that these guys are going to say, oh, you're using MGTOW to be a shell and to make fucking money. If you want to monetize your fucking channel, Mike the MGTOW monk, you make that decision on your own. You be a man going your own way.
And, he doesn't need to ask for anyone.
He doesn't need validation from, right. What do you think, Manny? He doesn't need validation from his fucking audience. Is it okay for me to monetize my channel? Is it okay for me to monetize my channel? Please don't leave my channel if I monetize it, because I need to make some extra money because I'm putting time into this.
What it is, it's sounding like they don't have any worth in themselves. They don't have self-worth. They're looking for other people to please them. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing exactly. That they want validation because they can't get it on their own, which we should be getting our own anyway. And they're trying to get other people. So they're, in a way, they're just like, like I said, they're looking for that self-love, self-worth from humans. And the thing is, we have to find it within ourselves. So it's just like, it's just showing insecurity and showing that they're pleasing people instead of not caring. And be a man, have your own opinions, and do what you need to do. You don't need to ask any permission. So anyway,
Mike, no disrespect, man, but you're acting like a weak bitch. You're acting like a weak, needy bitch that is seeking validation from your subscribers. If it's okay for you to monetize your channel, because you fear they're going to leave your channel. Like for me, I don't give a shit if people subscribe or unsubscribe. If you want to unsubscribe and you don't like who the fuck I am, there's the door. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out.
Oh, that's true.
I'm not here to fucking kiss anyone's ass and please anyone, just to try to monetize my channel. If I'm going to monetize my channel, I'm going to do it because I want to fucking do it no matter what the fuck anyone else thinks. So anyway, let's move forward, dude, because I can go off on this shit forever. This guy is qualified to lead a bunch of people. This guy is emotionally stable enough to run this shit. Anyway, let's move forward. One of the things I'm trying to do is recreate a Boy Scout alternative so young men can learn everything the Boy Scouts offer. But unfortunately, we won't get the same military recognition initially. But I will say this, many people will be interested. This is a fucking run-on sentence. Many people will be interested in an alternative, and there will be no girls allowed ever. That's something that I will not partake in, man. I love women. I enjoy the company of a woman. So, do what you gotta do, dude. But work on your grammar a bit, brother. That needs a little bit of help, okay? Run-on sentences are too fucking long. Maybe you were writing this while you were feeling the emotion, pouring through your body, man. Anyway, but these types of ideas cost money. I'm not here to get rich, and I will show you what I do with the money and not just talk. I will still work my 40 hours a week at the job that I have, as that is where my heart is at. That's great that you're working your job, but why are you trying to justify what the fuck you're going to do by monetizing your channel? You have the right to monetize your channel just because of the fact that it's your channel and you want to monetize it. Why are you so concerned about how your audience is going to react to you monetizing your channel? What kind of weak, needy behavior is that? Manny, go right ahead. I'm going to switch to the next.
I was gonna say it sounds like maybe he's scared. He's scared of losing supporters, subscribers. Shoot, man, I'm. Someone has told me like YouTube is a grind. It's a daily thing. I know a YouTuber which I really have a lot of inspiration. His name is Rhymestyle, Dino Rhymestyle. He does Dragon Ball Z content. Well, anyway, he does like 3 or 4 videos a day, man. This guy is legit. Like this guy works his butt off, man. He works hard to get where he's at. And before, when he started, he had like a full-time job plus doing YouTube at night, and he still put out content every day. If that's not inspiration, I don't know what is. But also, we do YouTube. We're YouTube creators to create content because we love to do this. This is something we love to do. I love making videos. I love editing videos. I do it for my I do it for my supporters. I mean, I do it for myself because it started off, as a document of my, separation, divorce, all that. But for me, it's just fun. I enjoyed creating content and to give it to you guys for paid or not paid. Right now, I'm not getting paid, and I'm gonna still keep doing it. I'm not gonna.
But stop. You love it. But you love it.
I love it. Exactly.
You love it. Yeah. No. Let me respond to a comment in the chat here made by Gravy Bake Gill. He's a good subscriber of mine. He's been very civil with me, and I respect him. He says, "Why do you hate this guy so much?" I don't hate him. He was much more polite to you than some people you've worked with in the past have been. I'm not hating on Mike the MGTOW Monk. All I'm saying, Gravy Bake Gill, is that he is not emotionally fit to help a bunch of other men that are not in the best emotional position because they've recently gone through divorce or a breakup. He is not emotionally fit to guide these guys, out of a red pill rage, to help them work through it, because he hasn't worked through his issues yet. So in essence, what's happening on his channel and many other MGTOW channels is all these guys are sulking in each other's misery together. And then there's one big leader that runs the channel that is leading that. And it's not uplifting these men. Now, if you want to go create an alternative to the Boy Scouts, go right ahead. But you need a strong leader that's emotionally fit and stable to be able to run that. All I'm saying is that a lot of these MGTOW content creators are angry and bitter over what happened to them in the past. And without even realizing what they're doing is they are gaining a group of men that are feeling the same way, and they are sulking in each other's misery instead of uplifting each other. There's no uplifting happening in MGTOW. That's the problem I have.
Which that would be toxic. That's a very toxic, dangerous situation because they're even in the Bible, it says man sharpens man, like an iron sharpens iron. Pretty much like, we're supposed to be uplifting, encouraging, not bringing each other down because you're going to end up all either dead or in jail or who knows. But
right.
That's why it's very dangerous to be in that bitterness, angry state. We have to try to move on. And that's why I've been trying. That's my message for you guys. Like we have to try to move on. And someone commented about therapists. Listen, not all therapists is always about medications. That's why you can talk to a counselor. A counselor doesn't prescribe medicines. They help you get back on track. They help you get unstuck. That's the same thing with life coaches. Life coaches are Eli's a life coach. He knows this. He's here to help you get unstuck for where you are, to move forward, to set goals, to set things that you got to do. Psychiatrists, not all of them are all bad. It depends on what therapist you go to. And if you're not sure about the therapist, why don't you do some research on them? See their reviews, see if they're like good or not. We should know this. Or I'm not saying you guys are stupid or anything. I'm just trying to help you. Like saying that now our therapists are bad, now life coaches are bad, now counselors are bad. You just gotta try. And like I said, I understand you guys are hurting. You have anger, bitterness, and it's gonna lead to toxic and everything like that. You have to move forward or try to journal. There's so many ways of releasing this anger, this bitterness, your feelings. I understand you have to go through the feelings, but you can't just stay in that feeling. You have to move forward.
You have to move forward.
Right.
Yeah. And Manny, go ahead, man, because we need to move forward here too, or we're never going to get through this. We're at 45 minutes here. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
That's just it. I just want people to know, like, hey, in other words, let's not have excuses of our past. I understand that the past, like I said, like for me, I gone through separation, divorce. I gone through hurt too, man. I get it. But I decided to, instead of staying stuck in my misery and my hurt and my feeling, my pain, I have used that to better myself, to figure out what did I do wrong? What can I improve? What can I change my ways? So I'm going to leave it as that for you guys.
Okay, so here, let me just respond to a couple comments real quick. If your channel makes decent money, monetize it. But if you couldn't even buy a package of French fries, why even bother? I agree with that. You make your own decision if you want to monetize your channel or not, whether you're a male or a female. If you want to monetize your shit, monetize it, but don't go and ask permission from your audience. Is it okay if I monetize my channel to you emotionally unstable MGTOW guys that feel that MGTOW men should not be making money through MGTOW? Oh my God. All the ridiculous bullshit I've heard about this throughout the years. It's just fucking ridiculous.
Did you see the comment? The Bible also states that women shall be silent and obey their man. It doesn't say anything about men and women being equal in modern day nonsense. Let me just let you know, that's the Old Testament. Have you read the New Testament? The New Testament is all about Jesus. And Jesus, he abolished the law. He fulfilled the prophecy.
He's about unity, right?
Right. Jesus forgave all our sins. So all of that in the Old Testament is pretty much done with, because that's why Jesus came. So that's those who want to quote the Bible. I understand the Bible too. I came from, one of my majors is in Bible and counseling. So you want to talk Bible? Let's talk Bible. So I'm not afraid to answer your question. That's Old Testament stuff. Men and women. Yes, I hear what you're saying, that women should be signing all of that, but again, that was the Old Testament. What about the New Testament? So let's talk about that. So anyway,
Angel Munoz wants to join us. Jamie, we're not gonna put that Jesus was a cuck. We're just gonna delete that.
What's that? I know. Let them for me though. That's against them, because don't forget, when we die, we only answer to one person. So you could talk all the smack you want to talk about God and stuff like that, but don't forget who's going to want to deal with you in the end. So you want to keep playing games, you want to keep talking nonsense. Think about see, there you go. That's a boy right there. He's reacting instead of responding.
Correct. Correct. I believe message automatically help for review hidden by code. Why would it send it for review? I'm the channel owner. Okay. Anyway, let me respond to a couple more things here. We need to get back onto this. Shadow going his own way says most of his audience, referring to MTMM, isn't in red pill rage. They are just hanging out and joking around. What's bad about that? Well, if they're behaving that way and they're not in red pill rage, then there's another issue. Maybe they are incels. Like I mentioned in a previous video, incels are involuntary celibates that no matter how hard they try to get laid by a woman or date a woman, they don't get the time of day. Or they could be TFLers, true forced loneliness, or total fucking losers. Maybe these guys are TFL and incel because if they actually had someone in their life to occupy their fucking time, they wouldn't be on YouTube all the time, behaving the way they're fucking behaving. So there's your answer, Shadow going his own way. No disrespect, man. I appreciate I appreciate what you're saying. They're just hanging out. Okay, yeah, they're TFL and they're incel. Because even if they were PUA, they would at least be going out there and getting laid. If they were TradCon, like Joe Buddy, who's in here under his Robin Banks account, okay, if they were TradCon like Robin Banks, aka Joe Buddy, then they would be married, have a baby, etc. And if they were MGTOW, true MGTOW monk, like you claim to be MTMM, then they would withdraw from the plantation and have nothing to do with women, in the romantic, sexual cohabitation type of way. Okay. I'll approve that, Jamie. You probably shouldn't call them total fucking losers if they're not actively antagonizing you. I don't care if they're antagonizing me or not, Jamie, the purple pill guy. I'm just stating the facts on why I feel they're behaving that way, because men that behave that way have a lot of free fucking time on their hands. Okay? So it's either one or the other. You go to work and then you have a woman or friends to hang out with, or you go to work and you come home and jack off on YouTube all night and go out there and talk shit about other people to make your lonely, miserable ass feel better. It's one or the other, Jamie. Joe Buddy is a cuck. I'm gonna approve that. What's that?
I was gonna say you made a good point. That and that's why like we are human beings. We were created to have tribes, to have community. So it's important for especially for men to go out there and live life. Like go out and explore, learn different things, learn new step out of pretty much going into the water and swim back and not returning. In other words, like we were created to be adventurous men. We're created to, like I said, for community. So why don't we meet a tribe of if you go work out, have a tribe of your workout buddies. If you have a tribe that you want to talk about life and feelings and emotions, have a tribe of that. Nothing's wrong with having different types of tribes and community, but it's our job as men and women too to communicate, to because social media is fake. Let's be real. Most of the social media it's not as real as people think. I mean, this is different because we're both real. We've been communicating for a while. We're trying to help people. This is what we love to do. So I'm just saying, if you have so much time always on YouTube being negative, maybe you should rethink and evaluate yourself. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to bring people down? How are you making a dent in this world? How are you being positive? Have you guys even thought about those things, those concepts, instead of just hate, negative? Why don't you change your mindset? Why don't you change your attitude? Why don't you change your behavior? Because the way your behavior looks and what you represent yourself on YouTube or whatever is how people are going to think of you. They're going to think you're immature, you're a boy that reacts instead of responds. You're not a man, because men respond, not react. So I'm just trying to make you guys think outside the box, because it sounds like you're just hating on other people, and that's not right. That's not good.
We call those types of guys that act like little boys, even though, it may sound like we're hating on them. We're not. It's just what men call these women. What men call these little boys. We call them little bitches because they're acting more feminine than masculine with their emotionally unstable behavior, man. Look, it's normal for women to more so whine than men. It's not normal for men to be big fucking whiners and big fucking pussies. Let's move forward, dude, because if not, we're never going to get fucking through this. And there's 2 more fucking pages of this guy's community post to go through. He goes, Mike the MGTOW Monk says, I just wanted to make these statements clear to those who support me, because many channels in the past have been coming out. Dude, grammar check. Have been coming out lately as frauds, and it is disheartening. And I want you guys to understand that I have no problem earning respect and trust. Let's see. JB Gunner is a phony, in my opinion. Chris Cantu was a shill back in the days for the red pill cryptocurrency coin. Angry MGTOW, who's now back again. I forgot what his new channel is. He's shilling again. He's trying to come up with something. I heard even Howard Dare was a shill. I heard Howard Dare is fucking married, and he's been married all this fucking time. So you're right about that, Mike the MGTOW Monk. Okay, it's this group of guys. Oh, let's talk about MGTOW 101, Miggy 101, who got shut down recently for trying to sell liquid cannabis or some shit like that, after a very prominent MGTOW content creator named Sandman forewarned him politely to not do it. He still did it. He was shilling, trying to sell that shit. Okay, and basically he got shut down for spam and deceptive practices. And then you've got other guys like TFM, who's trying to sell, these dolls and shit and all that, it's like, oh man, I could talk about this shit all day. So I can understand, Mike the MGTOW Monk, where you're coming from, but you shouldn't worry about what these other guys do. You should just be yourself, and you don't even have to refer to it. If you want to monetize your fucking channel, you monetize it. And then if people ask you questions, address it at that time. I would not feel the need to be proactive on something that is a decision that I can make on my own without any validation or support needed. This is just, I do my channel for the people, but I do it because I love doing it for me. It's what makes me happy. And if people want to follow the message, that's up to them. If they don't, no big deal. You go your way, I go mine. Okay. I want you guys to understand that I have no problem earning respect and trust because both of those things are earned and never a given. I agree with you on that, but why do you have to state it, dude? This is fucking validation-seeking feminine behavior, Mike the MGTOW Monk. You're acting like a fucking bitch that wrote a letter after a guy broke her fucking heart, after a guy broke her heart. That's right. He goes, I have helped men out of suicide. Dude, that's a serious topic. If you've actually helped men out of suicide, I commend you for that. I am never going to kick any man down for that. Okay, but you're going to drive more men to suicide with the way that you're actually handling your channel. I'll get back to you in a second, man. Let me go through a little bit more of this here, and then we'll get your feedback. I do this because I understand exactly how they feel. I caused a woman to delete a video that instructed women on how to take innocent, hardworking, rich men to the cleaners. I think that's a ridiculous video that should be flagged and deleted. Even if it's for entertainment purposes, it's just sending the wrong fucking message. I don't have a problem with you doing that, you know, but for me, if I don't like a fucking video, I just downvote it and leave. I don't flag it. I don't fucking, you know, make any big deal of it. I just go my own fucking way on that. Yeah. You know, that's just me. The only things that I will flag are if people are trying to steal my content, like for copyright and shit. If they're trying to use my original content to monetize off of it and take money away from me, I will flag that shit all day long. But anything else, do what you got to do. But anyway, let me go a little further here, and then we'll get to you, Manny, here. I've exposed trolls and channels that think they can say and do what they want without being called out. I've done that all the time. And I'm calling you out right now, Mike the MGTOW Monk, just like I called out Chris Cantu and the red pill cryptocurrency scam being a scam 2 days before anyone else in the manosphere or the MGTOW community mentioned it. Marcus, for the groundworks of the metaphysics of MGTOW, was the one that announced it as an actual MGTOW content creator 2 days after I did. Okay? And everyone knows that. So, you know what? I've been exposing many people myself because a lot of these people, you know, are more so hurting men than helping men. Now, Mike the MGTOW Monk, before we go on, I don't think you're intentionally trying to hurt men. I just don't think you're realizing that you're hurting men because you're not uplifting them. Okay? You're sulking in your misery with them. Okay? You're coddling them to keep them on board so they stay subscribed, which is why you're now asking them for permission to monetize your channel. Let me go a little bit further here. Hold on. Okay. I call out the bigots on both sides of politics. Even though I have some conservative values, I am far from a trad ruck or tradcom. What is a trad ruck? Somebody in the chat, tell me, what the hell, Jamie, what's a trad ruck? Somebody tell me what a trad ruck is. I'm sure Jamie knows everything. Brandon Manosphere, Eli, what happened to abandoning the MGTOW word? Don't stoop to their level, my brother from day. I'm not stooping to them at all, man. I'm just doing me. This is me. I'm trying to help men and women and protect men that I feel are being hurt. That's part of what I do. Love me or leave me. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you for being here, though, Brandon. Okay. Moderators in the chat, please make sure you moderate. There are a lot of comments that are requiring approval. Make a decision if you want to approve them or not. If they're not that bad, go ahead and approve them. Let's continue here. Furthermore, let me get back to that screen. I call it the bigots on both sides of politics, even though I have some conservative views. Okay, we already mentioned that. I'm far from a trad ruck or tradcom because nothing about me is traditional. Okay. Nothing about you has ever been traditional, or currently it's not traditional because you've decided to go MGTOW Monk. So be a little more clear with what you're trying to state out there. Mike the MGTOW Monk. When I make mistakes, I meditate and tend to have the ability to reflect on my own wrongdoings and find out that I was wrong. And I'm also able to coherently accept blame for my own downfalls, and I don't put my blame on other people, but I also seek to learn from those downfalls and not repeat those mistakes. Okay, that's a fair statement, man. I've learned from my mistakes. I learned from some mistakes I made on my prior YouTube channel, and now I'm back on a new YouTube channel. You know, I'm still true to myself. I'm still being me, but I know what I'm up against, and I know how to better handle it now. Okay?
Right.
And some people are saying, oh, Eli, you're going back to your old ways. I'm just being me. The only difference now is that I'm a single man, and even if I, you know, find a new woman in my life, which I would love that. I've been kind of hanging out with someone lately at a platonic level, but we'll see where it goes. But I'm never going to bring her fucking out on YouTube. I'm never going to put her real name out here like I did. Yeah, I'm never going to do that. I learned from there's nothing different about me and my message and what I believe in. The only difference is that you guys now don't have a current girlfriend of mine to attack to try to get her to break up with me like what happened with my ex. And I'm never going to give you guys that again. Besides that, okay, I'm Coach Eli. I've always been fucking Coach Eli. What are your thoughts so far before I get to the next part here, man?
There's more?
Oh, there's 2 more pages, but we're going to be under 30 minutes, bro. We're going to try to blitz through this.
I mean, I give him props. Like that's the first sign of being a man, is taking ownership of our mistakes. That's something that we have to all come to a realization that, okay, we're not perfect. No one's perfect in this world, but we can learn from our mistakes. Hey, man, I made a lot of mistakes in my marriage. I wouldn't say that was the cause of it. It's just we both weren't ready. That's my situation. That's what happened. You know, I moved forward. You know, it was an expired relationship. Some things became toxic, but you know, it is what it is. But that's how I look at it. See, I look at it in a positive lens, like, hey, I made mistakes. I'm sure she also made mistakes. We both did. We both were young. We both, you know, we fell in love, all that. But you know, it happens. But it's what I take from it. It's what the things I take from to make myself better, not to stay stagnant. And because we're on this earth to experience life, to experience things. Some things are good, some things are bad. But you know, taking these things, learning from it. That's the key. That's the key to success, I think.
Right. Right. By the way, my gay cousin, life coach Levi, was hidden by one of my moderators, Nuclear Thought. So thank you. Life coach Levi is the troll sock puppet account of the Bearded and the Mothless, who's been banned on this channel. We won't go too far into that right now. There was something else I wanted to mention. There's a troll account named I am proud of my toxic masculinity. Coach Eli gave me my true masculinity. I swear to God, man. You know, I guess what YouTube does is it creates a platform for us guys in our 30s, 40s, and 50s, and maybe a little older to kind of act like kids every now and then. It's okay to act like a kid every now and then, occasionally have a little fun, create a sock puppet name like that. If you're doing it in a playful, respectful, funny way, but if you're actually attacking somebody, that's where I draw the line. Robin Banks, Levi is not a good life coach, but that's just my opinion there.
He said the word opinion. Everyone has opinion. Everyone has a perspective. It depends on how you see it. Let's just be real. Hey!
Before you go on, let me do my RJ Sandifer. I got 20 people in the box right now. 20 in the box. 20 in the box. Making it rain. 20 in the box. 20 in the box.
Speaking of him, have you talked to him lately?
I will not talk to RJ. He no disrespect. I don't have anything against the guy. He's emotionally unstable and he's not open to any help. You know, that guy, he flips He's the biggest flipper on fucking YouTube. And I think Joe Buddy out there, aka Robin Banks, Jamie the Purple Pill, and the rest of them that know RJ Sandifer, they know that he is more of a flipper. If there's anybody that flips more than Coach Eli, it's RJ Sandifer. You guys can at least give me that. At least fucking give me the RJ Sandifer thing.
I remember when I started listening to you and RJ, like there was a lot of drama, man. It's like I never have, besides on television, never seen so much drama on YouTube than ever. It's like, what the heck? Oh, man.
Hey, by the way, I've nicknamed myself the Radical Liberal. I'm going to actually be creating a show and maybe doing live occasionally called the Radical Liberal. I will probably be doing that solo, maybe having some guests and going over shit like this and going over some other hot topics. That involve, relationships and business aspects, because I am a business and personal relationship coach. But anyway, Manny, let's continue, man, or we're never gonna get through this. Let's move forward, because there's so much to go over here. Give me a second here.
Oh gosh.
Okay, here's what a humble man says. I've made very few mistakes on this channel because I'm so well read and researched on topics. Dude, why don't you eat some humble pie? Seriously. I've made lots of mistakes on my past channel and even some on this channel. And I learned from those mistakes, and I can be man enough and come out here that I make mistakes all the fucking time. I learned it's like, you're coming out here saying I've made very few mistakes on this channel because I'm so well read and researched on topics, but I have been victim to fake news in the past where I had to come out and admit that I drank the wrong Dude, you gotta stop with these goddamn run-on sentences, man. Fuck, man. Jesus, put some commas in there or periods, motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Fake news in the past where I had to come out and admit that I drank the wrong Kool-Aid. Dude,
what kind of Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid, red. Hold on, man, before you respond. He's saying that I drank the wrong Kool-Aid. There's no such thing as that. It's either you drink the Kool-Aid or you don't. So if you're saying you drank the wrong Kool-Aid, what you're saying is, in other words, you drank the Kool-Aid and you shouldn't have. There's no right or wrong Kool-Aid. Drinking the Kool-Aid is just wrong. It's just wrong. Manny, go right ahead.
No, I was making a joke. What kind of Kool-Aid was he drinking? The purple one, the red one, the blue one? There's lots of different flavors of Kool-Aid, so we have to be more specific.
You know what he did? He bought some of that liquid cannabis from MGTOW 101, from the Men 101 channel before he got shut down for spam and deceptive practices. That's what he did. He was drinking that liquid cannabis.
Oh boy.
Oh man, let's move forward, dude. I drank the wrong Kool-Aid that day when reading a false article, or like when a troll baited me by pretending to be a known content producer's channel. It was a puppet account. Dude, that happens all the time. Dude, I'm the king of getting trolled, man. If you want advice on how to deal with trolls and shit, come to someone that's like the most trolled motherfucker in the manosphere, okay? And said he was flagging my channel. Dude, you know how many people have said they flagged my channel? And even if they do it, YouTube is not going to give you a strike when you're really not doing anything wrong. It takes a lot of flagging, and it takes flagging certain content to get your channel a strike or shut down.
Right.
So they're just fucking trying to, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just saying that YouTube, most of it is run by bots, by machines. So
right. Now, they will go in, if somebody does report something, and it's a serious thing, it will be manually reviewed. And those people that manually review your channels can give you a strike. But most of the time when these guys threaten to fucking strike you, dude, they're just being little whiny bitches. They're being little whiny, immature, insecure, insensitive bitches that are so unhappy with their miserable ass lives that they're trying to poke the bear and get a reaction out of you, you bitch. Jesus, man. And this guy's a grown-ass man leading a group of men that need help to be uplifted out of their red pill rage. God, man. I'm so annoyed at even reading this fucking thing, man. I'd rather...
Quick question. Eli, have you talked to him before? Tried to tell him to get help? Psychiatry or...
No, dude, I just found out about this guy about a week ago through my Discord, and I reached out to him to try to collaborate because initially I thought that he was a good guy because he tries to come off as a good guy, and maybe he is a good guy. Okay, but I just don't think he's in the right headspace to lead a group of men that are, red pill raging. We need somebody to lead these men that is beyond the rage and is emotionally secure, strong, and stable enough to do that. That's my only issue with him. So yeah, I've tried to work with him. I've tried to reach out to him, but he wants nothing to do with me. That's fine. No big deal. It's all good. Let's move forward here. And said he was flagging my channel, etc. So I put out a hit on an innocent channel. I put out a hit. So I put out a hit on an innocent channel because I thought the troll was that channel simply because he had the same profile pic and name. So now we have hitmen, or if I'm going to be PC, hit people, but we know we call them hitmen. We now have hitmen on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Manny,
I know.
Manny.
I know Hit the assassinator from Dragon Ball Z. His name is Hit, and he's the assassin. So,
Manny, this is the Manny. I got to tell you something. I have been very entertained by this MGTOW manosphere. Even though they kind of fucked me up last year, I learned a lot from it, and now I'm coming back and fucking with them because I now understand how to play the game better, and I understand, what these guys are really doing out there. And I'm just laughing at this shit, dude. I mean, this is like the stupidity and like some other people have mentioned in my Discord, the fuckery that's happening out there through these MGTOW channels and these manosphere channels is preposterous. Like you're seeing here with this guy writing a fucking 5-page love letter to his fucking audience. Jesus Christ, dude. Women don't even write that much anymore, man. They just fucking ghost your ass. Women will just ghost your ass, dude. That's what they do. They don't fucking write a 5-paragraph fucking love letter to my audience. Okay, I may monetize my channel if it's okay by you.
Hey, on the chat, the Purple Pill Jamie was saying, who's going to lead them? He said, you. I was going to tell Jamie, why don't you look up the angry therapist, John Kim will. John Kim is a certified life coach that is willing to help everyone. So why don't you send them to him? Because he'll help them. To answer your question, Jamie, look him up. The therapist. He's a legit real person. So he's not nothing to be fake with. He has his own intensive life coaching. So he's for real, man. Just to answer Jamie.
Hey, here's the thing, and thanks for mentioning that, Manny. Real quick here before we move forward, Carly Ellison says, Eli, you have a great attitude, very refreshing. Thank you, Carly. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Let's see, Marcus McAllen, who's now part of my Discord. Welcome, dude. Thank you for being here. Coach Eli's calling out the shills. Nothing wrong with that. Dude, it's not even about calling out the shills. It's about, stating what's going to help men get through the red pill rage. We all go through breakups. We all go through divorces.
Right.
And we feel shitty afterwards. And let me tell you, I was feeling that way 6 months ago when my ex broke up with me. And it took me a month and a half or 2 months to get through it enough to the point of where it doesn't bother me as much anymore. Does it still kind of bug me a little bit to this day? Sure, but I've worked through it to the point of where,
the key. You said you worked through it. You just feel like, hey, let me not be self-pity for myself. Let me try to move forward. Let me try to heal. You went through the process of healing. You went through see, and that's the thing. It sounds like the red red pill. It seems like that mindset is like they're staying in their rage, they're staying in their anger instead of going through the process of healing, going through the pain. Because when you go through the pain, guys, that's how you become a stronger man. That's how you become a stronger person. Going through the suffering, going through the pain. So if you learn to go through that, go through those emotions instead of trapping your emotions and like continuing the past and stuff, you're never gonna heal. You're never gonna move forward. You're always gonna stay stagnant, and you're never gonna move on in life to do the things that you're called to do. So
yeah,
I'm saying the same message, and Coach Eli is saying the same thing. We need help. Let's just be open, honest, vulnerable, transparent. If we have issues or we're dealing with stuff, let's get help. What's wrong with getting help?
What's wrong with that? Manny, let's help each other out. Let's work together. Look, come to my Discord. Go below the description section. Join my Discord, and we will help you. We're not going to tell you what to do, but we're going to support you. It's more about support, emotional support, and men fucking need emotional support too. And like you said earlier, Manny, it's okay for a man, Manny. It's okay for a man to show some emotion. Okay? Right. If a man cries every now and then or has an emotional moment every now and then, that's normal masculine energy. We have feelings too. Now, if a man is crying 24/7 and there's a problem because then they're acting like a woman. It's normal for a woman to be emotional all day, every day. It is not normal for a man. But what's also not normal for a man is if he shows no emotion. You have to be a well-balanced man, and that's what works the best. You have to let out your feelings every so often as well, or else there's so
many ways to do that. You could go work out, join CrossFit. You could join some tribes. Go, like, if you're a nature person, go do that. If you're a sports guy, go do that. There's so many ways and outways of better helping yourself.
Jimmy Gillespie, green eyes. Jamie is hot. I would fuck the shit out of him. Hey, Ginny Gillespie troll. Hold on, dude. Let me say something real quick. Ginny Gillespie. Hold on. Let me ask you. You troll an account there. Okay, do you think Jamie's fake-ass, bitch-ass sunglasses are hot as hell? Or would you prefer a man that wears Ray-Ban Wayfarers like me? I already know the answer I'm going to get. I'm just throwing it out there. Jamie still wears those same gay-ass sunglasses. I swear to God. He still wears those. He still wears those sunglasses, man. I mean, God, man. Okay, man, let's move forward, man, because I was going to read some more comments, but we got to get through this, man. Let's see. I should have clicked on it, and I would have known it was not the right account, but I was able to admit the next day when I found out I was wrong, and I did my apology publicly, and I even showed my face. After my apology was accepted, I took that video down along with the video where I wrongfully accused an innocent man of flagging my channel. I want to keep my channel clean of such dramas, but I also know that it is hard for most men to admit when they are wrong, and I do not wish to be that type of man. And then he's going to start talking about me, which we'll get to next. But before we get to that, what do you think about what was mentioned there, Manny? Any thoughts about that, or it is what it is?
Hold on, sorry. Well, no, let's keep moving forward, man.
Okay. Why, are there some comments happening in there?
I'm trying to check everything. Right now, it's not too bad.
Well, hear no evil, see no evil says, damn, Eli, not everything is about how much you paid. I'm just fucking around, man. Dude, I'm still a dude, I mean, I don't care. In actuality, Holly XO timed out Joe Buddy. Holly's hiding in the background. Holly and what's her name? Rose Blades. I know you're in here watching this. You've been moderating. You can comment. We'd love to hear from you. People are interested in these shows. They're interested in whatever Coach Eli is doing, and soon you're going to be working with me, Manny. You and I are going to blow this shit up, man. Between you, myself, Charles F. Gray on the Masculinity Matters show and all that, we're going to blow this shit up, man. But Brandon Manosphere, if Jamie knows anything about style, he would wear a Kangol hat with his glasses. Dude, you're ripping on my Kangol hat. My 100% wool Kangol hat, that was $60. I'm not trying to show off in money. I still have that hat. I wear that when I go out. But this is a Stetson hat, leather hat. I got a new fucking hat. I love this hat, man. This is a fucking stylish fucking hat right here. Anyway, why are we going off on fucking hats here? We got a fucking show to run. At the Purple Pill, older people wear Ray-Bans. Younger, well, they wear what you do. Oh, they wear the cheap-ass fucking $15 sunglasses because they can't afford the Ray-Bans. All right, seriously, man, these guys are saying older people. Yeah, because older people make enough money to be able to afford the fucking Ray-Bans. $120 sunglasses. Look at these guys, man. You know what they don't like about me, man? They don't like the fact that I live in one of the most expensive areas on the planet. We have great weather here, and we wear nice clothes and nice sunglasses. Anyway, Brandon, man, if you got to go, you like keep the live streams going. Maybe I'll join if you're on tonight. I will not be on tonight. I'm going to be going to hang out with my activity partner. I won't be around for most of the weekend. I may be jumping into the Discord. So if you guys want to communicate with me throughout the weekend, go in the description and join the Discord. Okay, Manny, we need to move forward here. Okay.
Yep.
Now he starts talking about me. Cuck Eli. Ooh, I'm Cuck Eli. You've labeled me a cuck because J.B. Gunner coined that phrase and marketed that phrase and shilled me to make himself money. Ooh, I am so fucking butthurt for you calling me Cuck Eli, Mike the MGTOW Monk. Ooh, okay, I'm a cuck. Ooh, I'm so fucking scared. I'm shaking, Mike the MGTOW Monk. And you guys call me a frail man. That's all right. You guys are probably bigger than me. No big deal. You guys are probably fat as fuck, too. I'm in shape. Okay? You can crush me like a fucking tin can, but fucking try to catch me, motherfucker. I'll outrun your ass. I'll out-hike your ass. Okay? And I am actually pretty strong for my size, 5'10", 165. So I'm normal. I'm within my normal body mass index. It's my body mass index is 23. Okay, what is yours? Off the charts, obese. Fucking piece of shit.
I actually weigh your same weight. I weighed myself this morning. I'm at 163.2.
Really? How tall are you?
5'6".
Okay, so you need to get down a little bit more, and you're going to be good.
Yep, I'm trying to go down 150. So.
Dude, you're doing great. You're doing see how Manny and I can talk about this. I'm not ripping on him saying that you're a fat fuck. I'm not saying that. Okay.
No.
But Manny's coming out and saying he said this on different shows. I'm trying to get back into shape for my health.
For myself,
it's gonna help me not only with my health, but I'll be able to attract more women or the right woman, and it'll just help me overall. So, yeah, good job, man. Let's move forward here. Cuck Eli is one of those type of men. That's Coach Eli. Coach Eli. Uncompromising business and personal relationship coaching. Coach Eli. Straight up dating and business advice. Get that straight, MTMM, a.k.a. Mike the MGTOW Monk. Or Mike the MGTOW motherfucker. Anyway. In almost every video he makes, he will say things that are completely false. Okay. That's for each individual to decide on their own. The emotionally stable people will know what I mean. The emotionally unstable people, like yourself, Mike the MGTOW Monk, are going to attack me because they're not stable enough to understand and realize the truth. So they're going to believe you because you guys are being emotionally unstable together. Okay? So that's all I have to say about that. In almost every video he makes, he will say things that are completely false, and that is why no one in the community trusts him. It should be trusts him. Bad grammar there, okay? Or spelling, okay? That's why I was amused when he said that our views were similar, and I called him. Let's move. This is the last page here. Called him out on his BS for claiming that. I thought our views were similar, okay, after seeing a few of your videos because you were a nice person and you were talking about similar things I've talked about, but now I know our views are way the fuck on the opposite end. They are. When I caused him butthurt for not wanting to collab with him, his reaction was that of an effeminate woman. That's why no one has ever accepted him in this community. Dude, you gotta stop with these fucking run-on sentences, dude. You gotta fucking use commas and fucking periods. Jesus, dude. God, man. I have to start over again because
grammar from A to F.
Yeah. Let me read that one more time. When I caused him butthurt for not wanting to collab with him, comma, which is not there, his reaction was that of an effeminate woman, period. That's why no one has ever accepted him in this community, because he is not a poster definition for what it means to be a man.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Do you want to know something, dude? Oh, that's
Well,
exactly.
that's his opinion, but like again, he we should ask him what's his definition of a man, because a man, like I said, it goes back to the way our behaviors are, how steady we we're pretty much, you and me, Eli, we're going on the hero's journey. I'm sure you heard that, going on the hero's journey. We're
Yes,
going to
yes.
save dragons. We're going to come back to our home, our villages. We learn more about ourselves as we go on an adventure, and it sounds like, he's just hating on you a lot for what's the reason? Because you're trying to help people, right? I'm not seeing his motivation, or seeing his what he's trying to do, pretty much.
Yeah. Hang on one second here. I'm typing something in the chat there. Welcome to the show, Holly XO, with the mod wrench with the ban hammer. Yeah, I have friends now. It's nice to have friends. And even the thing is, a lot of the people in my Discord group don't 100% agree with my message, but they know I'm not a bad person and I mean well. And I don't agree with their message completely either, but I still have respect for them. That's all I'm asking, from people. It's like, look, we don't have to agree on everything or anything, but can we be respectful to each other? Because everyone's entitled to their opinion. It doesn't mean we have to
Exactly.
kick. It doesn't mean we have to kick people down. I didn't want to try to even kick Mike down, but you know what, Mike? If you're gonna step in the boxing ring and throw me in there with you, I'm gonna defend myself. That's all I'm doing here is fucking defending myself. Okay?
UFC right there, man. Ultimate
Yeah.
Fighting Championship.
I mean,
Coach
a
Eli,
lot.
Mike.
Yeah, a lot of these guys within the MGTOW community, especially like Jamie the Purple Pill guy, was saying, Eli, why don't you come defend yourself? I'm doing that right now. But anyway, let's move forward and see what else Mike has to say about me. I say all of these things because I see that you guys have instilled trust in me. Okay, and I want you to know that I will not let you down and I will not give up. And dude, dude, oh, your grammar is fucking the shits, dude. And I will not surrender and I will, how many fucking, dude, and I will not surrender. Use some commas and shit instead of and I will fight for this entire community until my last breath. Should be period. I'm not going to be a here today, gone tomorrow
You know what
guy.
that would have resolved all of this letter and the 2 or 3 pages? He could have just made a video about that. That would have been the really easiest thing to do.
Yeah, he
Make a
should have
video,
put out.
edit it, post it, boom, there you go. Your message, your representation. But I'm just trying to help him. If he's like bad in his grammar and stuff like that, why don't he just make a video? That would have solved this quicker than it
I'm
is.
not saying my grammar and spelling is perfect, but I've gone to private school my entire life. My parents spent a lot of money putting me through good schools, and I do
Right.
take pride in for the most part, using proper grammar and spelling. Do I make mistakes? I think we all make mistakes nowadays. We're reacting emotionally at times, especially when we're typing on our phones. And phones have the autocorrect feature, and
Yep.
sometimes we'll make a mistake and we don't realize it. I can understand that, but in this situation here, I can just tell that this guy has poor grammar and spelling skills, just period. But anyway, I'm not trying to kick a man down. I'm just stating the facts. I mean, I'm stating the facts. It's right there. You see it on your fucking screen, you know. And
Yeah.
even a lot of women nowadays, and I don't blame them. And I look at this, in a woman I want to date. I look at how well they read, write, and spell. I want to be with an intelligent woman, and a woman deserves to be with an intelligent man. So when you're putting yourself out there in the public spotlight, you got to get your spelling and grammar down. You got to get that shit down. That's just my opinion. But anyway, let's move forward here. I will also push out the fakes when I get big. Ooh, you're gonna get big. Okay. The ones who simply want to put out PUA content and put the MGTOW label in their videos will be destroyed once they reach 40,000 subs because they will be talking dunces when I'm done. You're never gonna fucking reach 40K subs, Mike the MGTOW monk. Your content is shit. Okay? What is your message trying to do to help men? How are you helping men? How are you helping uplift men to get them out of the red pill rage that they've been stuck in for the past 2 years while following your ass? Because I see the same fucking men that I saw 2 years ago behaving the same exact way or even worse.
That's kind of sad. You just said that. It's sad.
It's true though. It's true, dude. It's absolutely fucking true.
That's crazy.
It's fucking true. So how are you helping fucking men when I'm not seeing their attitudes change to become better, more understanding, kind, caring, loving, and considerate men? There's nothing wrong with being a kind, caring, considerate, loving man. It doesn't make you a big fucking pussy to be a decent, reasonable man. You're basically leading a group of men to remain unreasonable. I can understand them being unreasonable for a little while because they've been hurt by a woman. But you got to help uplift them, and you're not doing that because you need uplifting yourself, Mike. And this whole community message you put out today is basically you just reaching out to your audience for comfort because you needed that validation today. Something emotionally hit you, and you needed something to make yourself feel better. That's why you did that. That's just my opinion. A real man would not need to seek out validation for this shit. It's ridiculous, dude. Anyway, again, thank you all for the 4,000 subs. This channel is going to fight for men in many creative ways, not just by making videos. If there are any misspelling errors in this, I will be editing this soon after work. Well, dude, you got a lot of fucking editing to do, dude. Yeah, I'll go back and fucking look at the edited version and see, and see what he does with it, just for shits and giggles. So that's that.
We made it. We made it.
I also shared the comments that already appeared below this community posting at the time I did these screenshots, which was about maybe 4 or 5 hours ago. I want to share those, but real quick, Manny, because we're going to wrap this up soon. What are your thoughts about the ending there? What are your thoughts about his overall message? What do you think he was trying to accomplish by it?
I say he could share his messages. This is the thing. We all have our spaces, our own safe spaces. If you're trying to help men better themselves by seeking the help of professional counselors, life coaches, therapists, because listen, some men, we're not going to do it on our own. Let's be real. We need help. And that's the thing. If you can't admit that you need help when you need help, you're not being a man. If a man is willing to share their weaknesses when the times come, when you agree, Jamie the Purple Pill, I know you like sharing your own thoughts and ideas, but let's be real. Real men, remember, real men respond instead of react. But also, if you're dealing with stuff, if you're going through a darkness, depression, anxiety, whatever, wouldn't you want help? Wouldn't you want to overcome those things, or would you just want to stay stuck and be miserable for the rest of your life? You might as well kill yourself. I'm not saying to kill yourself. I'm not saying that at all. So don't take me out of content. I'm saying
context. Let me help you out before you. But Jamie is a grammar fucking Nazi. Jamie is the grammar Nazi. You want to say don't take yourself out of context.
Out of context. I'm just saying.
Jamie's gonna whoop you for that. Whoop.
Probably. I'm sure he will. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying to help yourself, to better yourself by looking for the help that you need. Hey, when I was going through my own, separation, divorce, I seeked help. I had a mentor of mine that now I get to see him like every week. I mean, he's also a pastor too, but he helped me through my journey of going through the separation, divorce. He uplifted me. He helped me, and then I had other good men that were helping me go through the process of healing. I even have my own life coach that I talk to every week, which I need to talk to him tomorrow. But anyway, my point is I started seeking help. I started looking for help. I also use YouTube as a platform to share my documentation of my feelings, my hurt, my pain, by trying to share what I'm experiencing and see if that helps other men. So if he's doing those things and he's encouraging and loving and loving and uplifting people, then I say continue doing what you're doing. But if you're hurting men, if you're giving men negative thoughts or behavior, like if you're giving them like the wrong information, that's not going to help you. That's going to hurt you more in the end. So it just depends on his tools and what his skills and what he's trying to accomplish. If he's trying to make money off of people that are hurting and their pain and all that, that's not the way to go. And people are going to see right through you eventually and be turned off by that. So
yeah.
That's what I have to say, man. It's the same thing. Get help. We had to learn to be vulnerable. We need to learn not to hide from our true selves, and because that's the thing. We're finding our own truths and on our own way, our own destiny. We're on the hero's journey. But if you're stuck, get help. If you feel like you need to do it, what is at stake? Let's think about it this way. What is at stake for you to get the help you need, to get the counsel, to get the process healing? What is at stake? It's only going to benefit and help you in the end. And that's going to make you a stronger man. And women are going to love that. They're going to say like, oh, this is a real guy, a real man. He got help when he needed. He looked for that support and he's way stronger. That's what girls or women are drawn to. They're drawn to men who are, confident, but also when they're weak, they look for help. They ask for help. Like, hey, like if I had a spouse or a girlfriend right now and I was going through stuff, I'd say, hey, babe, I'm going to go get help because I know I need the help. I'm dealing with this, and this is only going to better our relationship later. So, hey, that's what
communication. I would do. That's communication, what you're saying there, Manny. And another thing that's very important that I've learned throughout the course of my life is that women are attracted to the emotional strength of a man, not the emotional weakness of a man. Let me tell you something. Like, I would tell you I've had issues with that in the past, going through some breakups and the way that I overreacted, especially my last breakup. I did overreact. I let it get to me.
I did feel it happen to me too. Those were the mistakes I learned from.
Yeah. And I'm 45 years old now, and I thought I knew it all or pretty close to it, but I don't. I'm still learning every day. I'm a human being. I make mistakes. Sometimes, I'll fly off the handle a little bit. Doesn't make me emotionally unstable. I had a moment because I gave a lot into my relationship. I gave a lot to my former YouTube channel. I had a lot going on the past couple of years, and then it all came crashing down, and all that time was wasted. So I had to process that. And I feel honestly for what I put myself through within my relationship and the YouTube and all that, you know what? I think I handled it pretty well. I was not suicidal. I was not, out there trying to hurt anybody. I was hurt myself. Now, I made a mistake and I went out public and I fucking just went off, But I learned. But Manny, I learned to never do that again. I learned from my mistakes, and I'm a human being, and I can come out and admit that, hey, I do make mistakes. Now, Manny, let's go back to the other screen here, and let's just look at these comments very briefly that actually were made. Yeah, they were made
on our conversation than people on the chat.
Well, there were some comments that were, whoops, I'm zooming in on this. There were some comments that were made below the community posting that Mike the MGTOW Monk made earlier this morning. Okay. B1121, nice troll name. No picture, nothing. I think that your heart is in the right place, but chasing after people to attack them because they have different ideas and beliefs can be damaging to the community. I agree with that shit. That's all I've been trying to say all along. It's like, look, you know what? You're entitled to your opinion.
Right.
Okay.
We all have opinions.
But you can state your opinion without attacking somebody. I'm not trying to attack you, Mike the MGTOW Monk. I'm just stating the fucking facts. I'm stating your behavior. I'm stating how you're saying that you're making a difference in helping men. And from what I see, you're more so hurting them because I'm not seeing these men, I'm not seeing these men grow through following you. I'm seeing them remaining unhappy, remaining unstable, remaining weak, etc. I'm
miserable.
Not seeing they're miserable. That's right. Now let's move forward. I think that we should focus on being productive with our time. resources and energy that would create a positive outcome, such as creating a new Boy Scout. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but you know what? Go for it, man. If you want to start a nonprofit organization and seek funding, go ahead. No problem, man. I think it's a good idea. I think it's going to be very difficult to create, but if you can make it happen, dude, more power to you. I'm not going to kick, that down just because I have, other issues with you, Mike. But anyway, there will always be fakes, infiltrators, interests. All we can do is point them out, but keep focusing on what's important. Our path is men and our self-actualization to create something better. The world will catch up to us when they are ready. Listen, I like everything this guy said, B1121, with the exception of what he said, right here. The world will catch up to us when they are ready. No, us men need to catch up to the fucking world. This is the problem I have with you men. You men are so stuck on how things were in the past, and you're hoping that things will go back to the past, okay? The bottom line is, it's never going to go back that way, okay? We've evolved into this, modern culture of feminism and women in the workforce and women being liberated. So we have two choices. We find ways to work with it and embrace it, or do what you guys do and withdraw. And if you withdraw, what's the point of whether the world catches up to you guys or not? Because the bottom line is, the world is ahead of you MGTOW guys. You MGTOW guys are more so behind, and that's what you're not getting. Any thoughts about that comment there before I read a couple more comments? And we're almost done here, Manny.
Which one? About being fake and stuff like that? Or trying to develop a Boy Scout? Are you talking about that?
That and him saying that, the world will catch up to us. What he was saying there in his comment, which I liked everything about his comment except the last line. He said, the world will catch up to us at some point, or let me just go back and read exactly what he said. The world will catch up to us when they are ready. So in essence, what he's saying is that MGTOW is ahead of the world. And what I'm saying is, no, they're not. They're fucking not. That's a fucking false statement if I ever heard one. What are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, like I said, going back to statistics and everything like that, men, that's the thing. Like a lot of men are not getting the help that they need. They're swallowing their pride, or they'd rather be tough and all this because of something that was brought to us like when we were younger, the traditions, stuff like that. Instead of recognizing like, hey, I'm in a toxic situation. I'm not getting the help I need. It goes back to that. I think it's, and I really believe this. Like, I saw that you did a video about the Gillette commercial about men stepping up to the game. It's true.
Yeah.
We need to step up. We need to start being men, being vulnerable, sharing when we're, sharing our weaknesses, or we're dealing with something painful, hurtful. Get the help that we need. It's not a bad thing, but that's the problem. And that's why the rates of suicide are so high up, and it's mostly men, because men have this prideful attitude like, oh, I don't need no help. Oh, I can do it on my own. No, you can't.
Right.
We were made for community. We're spiritual beings that, we need help. We need tribes. We need community. We're meant to be alone. That's
and women. And men and women were made by the higher power that we were talking about earlier, Manny. Men and women were made by a higher power, who I believe is God, and I believe you feel the same way, to work well together. Men and women are still able to work together if they can communicate. Now, the only thing I feel that women want nowadays is for men to understand the fact that they've been liberated. I don't think, I'm not going to say most women. There are some good women and there are some radical feminists out there. The radical feminists are the ones that, just, you got to just ignore them. You just got to put them up the side. But the actual just normal feminist women that are just normal everyday women that are happy to have equal rights, that are working, okay, they just want to be appreciated for being a woman. And they just want to feel, that they're worthy.
I'm reading.
At the end of the day, okay, even women that have been liberated, still more so appreciate a dominant man, a man that's a leader, a man that has emotional strength. So in my opinion, like I mentioned in one of my videos, Manny, I feel that men always need to be slightly in the one-up position over women. And when I say slightly in the one-up position, I mean a man needs to have 50.1% of the power, meaning 50 and 1/10. Okay? And a woman needs to have 49.9% of the power in today's day and age. It's as close to equal as possible without being exactly equal. And the reason why it can't be equal, and ladies will appreciate this too, is because a lady looks up to a man for his emotional strength. And if a lady and a man are out somewhere and they encounter danger, where's she gonna go? She's gonna go fucking hiding behind you and say, babe, go protect me from this motherfucker, right? Right? So if it was actually equal, 50-50, could I be the big fucking pussy and say, babe, I'm gonna step behind you and you go and you beat this guy up so I don't die? I mean, come on now, let's be real here. Look, it's not about men being overly dominant. It's about being slightly in the one-up position, having respect for yourself, at the same time having respect for your woman and appreciating her for who she is, and her having respect for you on the flip side and appreciating you for who you are. But I will tell you one thing. If a woman ever has even slightly a tad bit more power over you, if it was flipped the other way, 50.1% woman having the power, 49.9% man having the power, it wouldn't work. The woman would end up just not, the woman would hate that. She just, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. What's the purpose of being with a man nowadays if, he's not a man? Women are working, making their own money. They're buying their own homes. They're renting their own apartments. They're buying their own cars. Okay? They're paying their own bills. They're doing everything themselves. So they really don't need a man for shit. So why should they be with a man that they are emotionally stronger than, or are wearing the pants over the man? No disrespect to the women. You try it out. You go out there and date a beta male for a while and see what happens. Go ahead.
And to go with that, and it's true because I always hearing stories of a lot of men ghost on women. This is a swipe up culture that we live in now, and like it's mostly
Tinder?
Like,
Tinder. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that we're in the community, like we're in a world of swipe up, and a lot of men ghosts, and a lot of there's a lot of statistics where men are just not I guess in a way, like you said, like not dealing with their own problems, not dealing with their own emotions. And I was gonna say, like, even in the Bible, God made us to be leaders. God made men to be leaders. Not to say that women can't lead. And unfortunately, that's what happens when men can't step up, and they're not the spiritual leader. They're not taking care of their wives, their children, etc. Then sometimes the women ends up being the leader, guiding them, the kids, spiritually and stuff like that, because the men are not doing their job.
Right.
And that's the problem. But God made us to be leaders. God made us to lead our wives. Like it said, even in the Bible, it says straight up that man, it's not good for a man to be alone, because God created Eve to be with us, to help us. Not to say to and in some areas, let's be real, we sometimes do need help. Again, and we do our own stuff. We have our own weaknesses, but as long as we're communicating with the person we're with, saying like, hey babe, I need help, which I like, if the man starts taking steps to get that help and what they need, that's a good thing. That's a real step of being a man. It's redefining a man. Because, and yes, that's the thing in this world, women are becoming leaders because men are not stepping up. Men are not challenging.
They're being passed up. Yeah, Manny, let me jump in there real quick. Let's just talk about this briefly before we get to the last few comments and wrap it up. You're right. The problem is it's not the fact that men are not capable of doing it. They're not stepping up, and women are passing up men, which is more so pissing off these men that are in a red pill rage, and they're becoming more emotionally butthurt, and they're just not admitting it. They're seeing it happen. I'm seeing it happen. I'm seeing women. I've seen it. Yeah, the thing that hurts these guys is the fact that they're seeing women pass them up. They're seeing women that are emotionally stronger than they are. They have better
Right.
jobs and make more money than they do. And rather than doing something about it to better themselves, to reach the level of the success they're seeing within these women, they fucking just try to kick them down. They get emotional and they overreact, you know,
react, not respond.
right,
Goes back to
right.
the man.
Why won't you do something about it? Look, there's nothing wrong with a woman making whatever amount of money she deserves to make. You know, if she has a degree or is qualified to do something more so than a man, you know, then she should get the job. If the man's more qualified, he should get the job. Okay? And that's just the way it is. But you can't sit there and let that affect you as a man emotionally and overreact emotionally just because, you know, there are some women out there nowadays because of the fact they've been liberated that they're stronger and they have better jobs and they're a better person than you. Why don't you become that better person and show them that you are as good as they are?
Exactly.
All you keep doing is whining, complaining, and bitching, and that's all you're gonna do when you hear me say this because you don't want to hear the fucking truth. You're gonna come. All you're gonna do is come back and say, "Oh, you're such a cuck soy boy," because you have nothing more to say because you have no balls. In essence, you're really the cuck soy boy. You're really the mangina. Okay, you're really the big fucking pussy. But I'm not going to sit there and fucking antagonize you by saying that. I'm going to try to put it to you as politely as possible, which is what I'm doing here. So, Manny, let's do this. Let's go back and read the last few comments there because we got to really wrap this up. Now, Skewed Minds wrote, #Chameleon Purge is growing like black mold on the dream house in the thoughts of blue pill cucks.
Oh my God.
So I saw a video on Mike the MGTOW Monk's channel on this. He created the #Chameleon Purge. And as a matter of fact, some guy tried to post that on my video I put out yesterday, and I banned him immediately. So anyone that puts #Chameleon Purge, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put that word in my blocked list so it won't even go through. And then when I see that held for review, I will actually just ban you. So if you want to get banned, just put #Chameleon Purge on my videos or in this chat. Okay. Now don't sit there if you're somebody that I like. Don't sit there and fucking do it just to fucking poke me. Okay. Because maybe I'll just ban you. Maybe I'll ban you afterwards. But maybe I'll just ban you because you're fucking with me. I'll fuck with you. Right. But anyway, Mike the MGTOW Monk was saying that we should go to these channels that try to kick down MGTOW and are trying to abuse the MGTOW label and put #Chameleon Purge, you know, and then, you know, we all go over there and when you see that Chameleon Purge, you downvote the video, you know, and you flag the video, report or whatever. I don't know exactly what he said in there, but basically, you know, what he's trying to do is create hitmen to go out there and protect the forces of MGTOW, to defend the forces of the MGTOW community, which really it has no leader. You know, there are no rules. Nobody owns MGTOW. There's no copyright on MGTOW. There's no trademark on it. And then this guy mentions in his long ass fucking community post today that I am not trying to be the leader of MGTOW. Well, you say you're not trying to be, but you're behaving like you want to be. Dude, you're a fucking hypocrite. I'm telling you that. Okay? Now, have I said some things in the past that may make me sound like a hypocrite? I'll come out and admit that, yeah, I've changed my mind on things. And maybe it makes me appear like a hypocrite, but in essence, man, right here, you're basically making yourself sound like a fucking hypocrite. I think Angel Munoz wants to come on for a second. Yeah, let me get Angel to come on here real quick, and we'll chat with him 5 minutes before we end the show. But I want to get through these. Yeah, Angel, I just sent you the link. Angel's the guy that came on one of my live streams last year that was wearing a bed sheet over his head, and he was a ghost, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is wrong with this guy?" They were like, "Holy shit, man!" That was a classic stream. I have that backed up on my hard drive. I have to go whip that out. I have to create the best moments of Coach Eli's live streams and do like it would probably take an hour to fucking put all the cringy moments that happened on those streams. But I got to tell you, man, we had a good time, Manny. It was, I got to tell you, man, even though it was kind of crazy last year.
I remember I was on there.
It was
checking it out.
It was interesting. Hey, oh my God, the man with the bed sheet is there. What's up, brother?
Hey.
What's up, man?
Hey there, Manny. Yeah, I was trying to think of. Hey there, Manny.
What's up, man?
Hey, Angel. We're gonna get through a couple more comments here on this video we've been or this community posting we've been talking about, and then we're gonna get to you for about 5-10 minutes, and then we're gonna wrap this up. But so hang tight 1 second. Let's go back over here. So yeah, this chameleon purge is a bunch of crap. Grow up, guys. Grow up. Okay. It kind of sounds like you guys are trying to do what Bullets for Teeth was trying to do through the HOM Discord, like create the MGTOW Defense Forces. Oh, the MGTOW Defense Forces. Oh my God. We're creating defense forces for an entity that does not fucking even exist. Why do we need to create a defense force for an entity that doesn't even fucking exist? You got 40, 50, 60-year-old men that are behaving like little kids. We're creating the MGTOW Defense Forces, in the HOM discount. The HOM Discord is what I'm trying to say. Okay?
All right.
I'm like, and HOM, I found out, stands for House of MGTOW. They named their Discord House of MGTOW, and they created the MGTOW Defense Forces within them. Anyway, I've said that enough. Let's see. We have one final comment here. The unconventional deal. I just troll all the fakes all day and talk mad shit. Wow, dude. You're just like... At least, you know what? I got to give it to this guy. At least he's fucking honest. And I'm sure he's a guy, because I don't think any woman would fucking put something like that. I just troll all the fakes all day and talk mad shit. Yeah, dude, because you're a fucking incel and a TFL. Because you can't go out there and tap that pussy and tap that ass, brother. Because if you could, you wouldn't be wasting your fucking time on this shit on some fake sock puppet account on fucking YouTube. Dude is right about always on the offense. It is a bad method. But the full logical method is yet to be worked out. And that's what Coach Eli is helping you folks figure out here. Whether you like me or not, I just state the fucking facts. And I explain it with logic and reasoning, whether you love me, hate me, or even if you're indifferent about Coach Eli. Some people may not love me completely, but they don't hate me. They're just indifferent. They're like, Coach Eli is Coach Eli. He's just Coach Eli, Or you can be like Charles F. Gray and say, Coach Eli is a draw. Coach Eli is a draw. So your final thoughts about that, Manny, about that whole posting on the community wall of Mike the MGTOW Monk, and then that last comment there, and then we're going to get to Angel here briefly before we wrap things up.
I'm trolling all day. Well, if you're trolling all day, you need to reevaluate yourself, because, like, what are you accomplishing? Are you doing stuff that's going to lead you in a dead end, like dead end jobs, dead end life? What are you doing to better help yourself? I guess if you feel like you have to troll and be negative to people and all this, then you really need to look in the mirror and really reflect on who you are. Because it sounds like when people troll all day and say negative stuff, you're only showing that you're really insecure about yourself,
right?
And you can't find your self-worth, so you have to do these things to get your validation and stuff like that. So I just say really rethink what you're doing, man. Remember, respond, don't react. So if you're always reacting, you're still a boy.
Yeah.
And just being honest, man. That's the truth. That's what defines a man. That's one thing. That's one only piece of redefining a man is: are you reacting or are you responding? And the whole letter thing. I mean, it's some things I can see that as a positive thing, but I go back to the end of the day. Well, how are you making an impact with these men that are hurting, going through suffering and pain? Are you leading them to the right direction, or are you just leading them into more of a darker hole? Like I said, if you're helping them and say, hey, go get some get some counseling, get some, go talk to a therapist, talk to a life coach, then I applaud you, man. Keep doing that, because men need to be open and honest. And if they feel like a therapist, a life coach, a counselor is gonna give them that safe space where they gonna be open and transparent, and go for it. But if you're just saying all this stuff without really powerful, really good resources and tools, then I would say you got to reevaluate your channel, reevaluate yourself. And are you doing this? Are you going to get therapy? Are you going to see a life coach? Are you going to get counseling? You got to really think about what you're doing, man.
Right.
That's all I say. So I'm just saying, I'm not being a jerk, or I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just trying to help you evaluate yourself. You have to first, you got to work on you. I always been taught this: learn to coach yourself before you could coach other people. If you can't coach yourself, you can't help other people. It just goes to that. So,
Manny, you're absolutely right. Before we get Angel into this thing here, you hit the nail on the head when you said you sound insecure. I will be honest with you. I think every single man out there has had insecurities, and I think we all still have insecurities. We all have insecurities. Okay,
right.
But we have to work through them. And see, I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think women, hold against a man that has some insecurities within reason. Okay, as long as he's working through them. Okay,
right.
I think when a man holds on to a certain insecurity and drags it on and on and on and on, rather than addressing it and squashing it, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
they're in a victim state. It's to me, like this happened to me. To me movement, like whoa, this happened to me. They're pretty much in the victim mode. They're in the victim state.
mentality. See, they have you're
right. That it drew me. It's like learning to surpass going through those emotions. Because there's what is it? To me, for me, by me, and through me. So that's what we want to get. We want to get to the point that it's going through us and not hurting us. We're just reflecting.
That's right. Manny, what you're saying, see, I love having you on this show, because what you're saying in essence is that these MGTOW guys that are insecure and are not being guided the right way to get out of the red pill rage, they're basically, doing the hashtag Me Too version through MGTOW. Basically, we should call them, hashtag MGTOW 2. Like they're doing the same thing in essence that these hashtag Me Too women are doing, but through MGTOW, they're saying, hey, look, you know what? Anyone that attacks MGTOW, we're going to put hashtag Chameleon Purge, okay? Hashtag Chameleon Purge, and we're going to create the MGTOW Defense Forces, against an entity that doesn't even fucking exist. There's no entity here of MGTOW. What are you fucking protecting? What are you fucking protecting? Why don't you worry about yourself and go your own fucking way and be a fucking man? You don't need anyone to tell you which way to go. Now, if you want to learn, dating and relationship tips, and you want to learn, some things that will better help you, that's what a coach can do to give you advice. We're never gonna tell you what to do, but we're gonna share.
Help us. You're gonna help them get out of that situation, get out stuck.
We're gonna help you identify what's more than likely making you fail, and try to focus on what's more than likely going to make you successful. So I will share what's worked for me and what I've seen work for others, and allow you to make an informed decision on how you want to apply that. And it may not work the same way for everyone. You've got to kind of tweak things up and try things out. But the concept is the same. It just has to be tweaked amongst each individual, in regards to what works best for their type of personality or the person they are, So anyway, I think there are a lot of insecurities within these MGTOW men. There's nothing wrong with that. These guys that are seeking this content, that have come off of a divorce or a breakup, and they're in an emotional position, a highly emotional place, okay, and they're insecure and they're just feeling shitty. Look, that's normal, okay? That's what you're basically saying there, is how these men are behaving. And they're behaving like the hashtag Me Too version of MGTOW. They're in victim mode, and And it's never going to change, in my opinion. And then we'll get on to Angel here. It's never going to change until someone steps in and tries to make people aware of what's really going on. Again, I'm not trying to kick down Mike the MGTOW Monk or any other MGTOW content creator. There are a few decent ones. I know Traversible was here earlier. Traversible and Riff Magwas, who are both in this chat right now, I believe, are pretty much two of the very few MGTOW content creators that have their head on straight, that are emotionally strong and stable, and they can lead a group of men. Anyone else, I don't have any faith in them. And that's what I'm seeing. So I'm just here to basically not attack guys like Mike the MGTOW Monk, but to make people aware that, hey, is this a guy you really want helping you better yourself, helping you get out of the red pill rage, and helping you become a stronger man? Because right now, you're at the weakest point in your life because, again, you've gone through a breakup or divorce. And you feeling that way is normal. But that if you don't have the right people supporting you, you're going to sink further into depression rather than go
the right tools. Yeah.
Right. So you know what I want to say there. But anyway, all right. So let's do this. Let's talk to Angel here for a few minutes, find out what's going on with him, and then you and I will wrap this up, Manny, because we've been going for 2 hours and 5 minutes. So we got to wrap it up 5-10 minutes. Angel, how you doing? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well.
What's up, Angel?
Hey, Manny. I will try to speak for about 10 minutes or less and to say my opinion. But one thing I've learned about the MGTOW men is or the term MGTOW is that it's not really what they're referring, because as everyone knows, MGTOW stands for men going their own way.
Right.
But in my opinion, it's about you going your own way, you finding the right route in life, you trying to make the right choices, you trying to figure out what you want as a man in your life. But a lot of these men don't do that. They usually try to find the source of someone else who don't know jack shit. Because take, for example, me, myself, in the last year. Take, for example, me, myself, as a man, in the last year, I have gone from a 27-year-old insignificant child to a 28-year-old man, because 2018 was all about the year of me finding my route in life, like me getting my own independence, me spending time with my family, and doing the right things. Well, hell, look at the new clothes that I want.
Yeah!
Me more than ever before. It's all about you finding the right route in your life, you guiding yourself in the right direction, you trying to figure it out in your life, and not having someone else help do it for you, because it just makes you a lazy bum ass.
So what you're saying is we pretty much had to be our own saviors. We have to be we're on the hero's journey. We're slaying our own dragons. We're going back to our villages, our trials, and you know, we learn and grow. That's what I'm here with.
Yeah, because I all my life had people control me, people tell me what to do, people dictate me, people not allowing me to make my own choices, my own actions, or my own choices in life. And 2018 was about the year of independence, and I just have been more of a man than I've ever been before. And I'm not gonna let people step over me, tell me what to do.
On my podcast, man. So I like your vibe, man. That's really good.
I would love to come on there, Manny.
No, that's really good. That's a really good thing, especially for your age. That's you're learning a lot. That's a really good thing. Like, I'm 34, and you know, I've been learning. I've been going through trials and mistakes, and like you have heard my story probably too, that, you know, gone through my own separation, divorce. But the thing is, I didn't stay in that darkness. I didn't stay in that sadness, or, you know, going through that depression, all of that. Because we were born to have feelings. We're all humans, but, you know, from taking those things, but to better improve yourself, not just staying stuck and whining and complaining, but really learning, really defining what a man is. And so that's the point. As you know, as men, it's our jobs to find the help we need, to be vulnerable, to find those safe spaces, those safe containers, and build from that, and build community and build tribes. But I could keep going on and on and on the same message. But that's the thing. If they don't see that or have that self-awareness, That's why it's good to practice meditation, mindfulness, things like that, because you start to self-evaluate who you are. And when you start noticing, well, okay, I've been acting like this. Why am I sad? Why am I feeling so down? What are the root issues? What is the root cause of those things? When they get that aha moment and realize, like, I'm going through all this, maybe I need to get some help, then they'll be able to move on, and they'll go from that stagnant spot to be swimming first, or swimming forward. So.
And one of the pieces of advice that I was given all the time is to always look yourself in the mirror. And back in late of 2017, I looked myself in the mirror and realized people were controlling me way too much as a 27-year-old. So 2018 was all about me becoming my own self. And in 2018, I made the resolution on January 1st to no longer take my meds, because I used to take a significant amount of medication all throughout the day. And so I decided to make my resolution to stop taking that. And when I announced it to some of my people in April of 2018, they tried to tell me to go back to taking them, but I didn't let them step over me, because I made the choice to no longer take them. And in May of 2018, I went ahead and filed appeals papers to start the court process of me being my own guardian and my own independent person. And that was resolved and given to me on January 2nd of this year thus far. So,
wow. Dude.
That's good, man.
Dude, give him a round of applause. Man, give him some love. Give him some love. Let's do what James Cox does. Come on. Let's give him some love. Come on, Manny. Manny, are you going to clap, man?
I did.
Come on, Manny. Oh, no! Oh, no!
Manny, don't make the ghost of an angel come after you. Boom!
Oh,
boy. Angel.
You guys are silly.
Oh, my God. Someone's got to cut that. Like, the last time he did that on a stream on my old channel,
oh boy!
Like, even JB Gunner, these guys. I don't know if you guys know who JB Gunner is. He's Red Pill Minder. He used to be MGTOW Minder. He's just I don't have any respect for that guy at all. But he did a response video on that, and he went off ripping on Angel for like 20 minutes. Yeah, I had to say, out of all the cringeworthy moments of my current and past streams and videos, I think the Angel one, where he initially put the bed sheet on his head and went off on my live stream for like 15-20 minutes, that will never be fucking forgotten. I think between that.
Hey, Coach, can I make a response to a comment? Somebody Cave Critter says I think he should get back on his meds. I feel better without my meds than I was when I was on them, because there were so many times where I would stutter, where I would not find the proper speech. And without them, I'm speaking more clearly, more influently. Yes, I stutter here and there, but not as much as I did when I was taking them.
Right.
So, yeah, if you think I should go back, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let someone tell me what to do.
Right. Angel, I was going to say, if you feel like it's you being off the meds and stuff like that, and if you have talked to your doctors, whatever, psychiatrists, whatever you need to do, and they said that, like, hey, if it's better for you to be off the meds, then be off the meds. It all depends on you, man. Remember, you're in charge of yourself. You're your own man on your own destiny. You're on the hero's journey, so you do what is right for you, man. You find your own truth, and that's amazing that you decided. You are a man. You're the definition of man, because you made your own decision. Like, hey, I want to, I'm my own person. I want to do this the way I want to do it. And if you feel like people were trying to control you and take those rights away from you, then you have the right to do what you needed to do. So I applaud you for that, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all about you trying to find what in your life. And also, I want to say that some people might come to you, some people in the MGTOW say, hey, what do you do to get a woman? Well, it's all a matter of preference of what you like in a woman, just like how it's a matter of preference of what you like of a computer, a TV, a phone, a gaming console. Because imagine if I came to someone and said, what do you like better, an iPhone or an Android? Well, in the end, it's all your preference. What features you like, what stuff you like on a phone, what unlimited plan do you want, and what carrier do you want? It's all a matter of your preference. So take, for example, my preference when I got my new computer was all about the features that I want. Like how I wanted a good graphics card, how I wanted a good storage option.
SSD.
And so,
i7 in that. Do you have an i7 in that bitch?
I have an i5.
Oh, you need an i7, brother. Brother, you should have gone with the i7, unless money was the issue.
Yeah, they did have an i7, but it was $200 more for the i7. But the good thing is that it was double the storage because it had a 226 gig solid state drive and a 1 terabyte hard drive, a 8 gig memory for the video graphics card, and a 16 gig memory.
Excellent.
But it was all about the money because I was trying to find something within my budget.
No, I hear you. Like for me, when I do shit like I'm doing on this show right now, like I've been broadcasting in 1080p, high quality and stuff. If I didn't have an i7 with 16 gigs of RAM, this shit wouldn't run. Right now, I've been running this show. I have absolutely 0 drop frames. Let me know the quality. Guys, has the quality been pretty decent out there? Like when you were watching the show earlier, Angel, how was the quality of the show?
The quality is fine.
Excellent. Now, Angel, let's ask Angel a couple more questions, Manny, and then we need to wrap this up. I know people want to hear from Angel. People actually know who you guys both are, even through this Manosphere community. I mean, Angel, you, like I said, you made yourself world famous when you came on my channel and put that bed sheet on your head like you just did a second ago. Can you do that one more time, dude? Can you do that one more time, dude? Just come on, dude.
We're gonna get more views.
Boo!
Are you the ghost of Christmas past or?
No, I'm not the ghost of Christmas past.
I just wanted to make sure. I just had to say that. That's all. It's in my mind.
Manny, you're fucking speechless, huh?
Oh man.
Manny, you're fucking speechless, huh?
Probably.
All right. So, real quick, Angel, why don't you tell people about your channel very briefly? And
I'll tell my channel. But the last thing I want to mention that I had planned within my speech, because I was trying to bring it into 3 separate integrals. The one about finding your own personal life, your preference. But the other thing I want to talk about is harassment, even though you don't consider it as that, Coach Eli, or I should say Coach Brother Eli.
Thank you.
When I went to Mike the MGTOW Monk's channel, I saw that he has been sending his dislike squad to other people's channels and videos. And I just want to say that if people like Mike the MGTOW, Joe Buddy, the Pepper Pill, thinks that this is helping them, well, guess what? It's not, because the way you're doing is basically a form of harassment and bullying towards people. If there's something that you find that you disagree with the person, because in the end, it's all a matter of personal opinions. Because Coach Eli, he will have his own opinion, and I will have my own opinion. Joe Buddy will have his own. Mike the MGTOW Monk will have his own. And so will the Purple Pill. But if you send people to go dislike their video, dislike their stream, just for fun, well, it's harassment, bullying. And I just challenge you, Joe Buddy, you, the Purple Pill, and you, the MGTOW Monk, to leave people alone like Coach Eli, because he is just trying to help people out that are both men and women, when MGTOW is mainly for men in the end. And if you find what Coach Eli says to disagree with him, well, then that's fine. Just accept it as his own opinion in the end. And I challenge everyone to stop harassing them, and please cancel and end the Cuckbusters series, because I've seen so many times that Joe Buddy and the Purple Pill do a stream where they do your walk around town. And I challenge you guys to leave this person alone and just end the harassment for 1 year. Not 1 hour, not 1 week, not 1 month, 1 year.
Or they could just get a life.
Wow.
I'm just saying, if you have time to troll and be negative on YouTube, then you really need to evaluate yourself and get a life. I'm not trying to be fair. I'm just speaking truth.
No, I hear you, man. Manny, you're right, and so are you, Angel. And I gotta tell you, Manny, I'm thinking like I need to fucking retire and just have Angel run my channel, dude. I mean, dude, man, like Angel's like a huge cheerleader of Coach Eli, man. I'm a huge cheerleader of you guys both as well. So, I mean, wow.
Thank you,
Angel's been fucking like reincarnated.
I will say this to Gravy Baked Gill. He says, Angel, you threatened to wave your penis at Joe Buddy a few months ago. That's harassment. But I don't send people over to another person's stream to dislike them. Do the hashtag Charlemagne, Charlemagne, whatever that hashtag is. Nor do I send it form a hashtag to do that. Because nor do I have my own series that's called Bigot Busters or Faggot Busters. Because I find a lot of people are faggots and bigots when they do this kind of harassment, but I don't send people to go over to their channel and dislike them for just the form of fun and harassment. Yes, I will admit that I kind of did say that, but I never sent anyone to dislike their stream or their videos.
Yeah, by the way, real quick, guys, don't ban Gravy Baked Gill. He's actually been a pretty good contributor commenting on my channel. So
it was
yeah, I'm looking at his stuff, and it's really not. I understand it may be bad in your eyes, but I'm cool with Gravy Bake being around. Like I said, he's had some great comments on my channel, and just let him go. But the rest of everything that you guys didn't know that, so you guys are doing your job as mods, and I appreciate that. So Gravy Bake, you are unhidden by Coach Eli, straight up dating and business advice. All right, so let's just do this. Let's do final thoughts here. Final thoughts with you, Manny, first. Great show, man. Great show, man. Thanks for being here and doing this with me. I think we need to do more of this. Manny and I are going to be doing a live show maybe once a week or every other week. We're still working it out. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be called, but I really have a lot of love for you, Manny, and you've been through a lot, and you're also, into this coaching thing as well. And you have a lot of great knowledge and wisdom to share with the people. So I just want to thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. I'm sorry we started a little bit later than we said we would, but when you see the replay, Manny, of this, you're going to love how good the quality is. And by the way, Manny, I will be sending you an upload. I'll send you a link to download this so you can upload it to your YouTube channel if you'd like to put it out there as well. It's totally up to you.
All right, man. I appreciate that. Final thoughts. From hearing Mike's, I guess, perspective and his love letter, I guess, to his channel, so like that. Again, Mike, if you're listening, we're not bashing you. We're just trying to help you. Like all I'm saying, and what Coach Eli's saying and Angel's saying, we're all saying the same message.
Well, actually, when you're done, Manny, I have one last thing that I forgot to say early on when I was speaking, but I'll let you finish first, Manny.
Yeah, you'll get plenty of time. Go ahead, Manny.
Pretty much, I'm just saying that again, the message is for men. We had to evaluate yourselves. We had to really self-reflect. If we're going through a lot of, like I said, baggage, emotions, depression, whatever, anxiety, all these things, we need to get the help that we need to get. That's the problem. Like that's what's really wrong right now in society in America as a whole, is that men are not stepping up to the game. Men are not being leaders, and we were naturally born and called to be leaders. If you open the Bible and look at the Bible history, or just going through the era in the history of the Bible, we were called to be leaders. We were called to be strong. Not to say that we're also human. And even let's look at it this way too. Well, I'm gonna use Jesus as the example. He was a man. He was also God, but also he also showed emotion, an emotion of crying in the fact that He was a man he had compassion for people. He wanted to help people. He wanted to heal people. He wanted to lead people closer to the kingdom, or to heaven, to Christ, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying that even Jesus had emotions and feelings, but he knew how to respond. He knew how to, instead of react foolishly, he channeled those things and to better further the kingdom in that way. And what I'm saying for you guys may be believers or not. I'm just saying it's our job, it's our responsibility as men is to own up to our mistakes. All of us have made mistakes. Me, Coach Eli, Angel, we all have gone through our own history of mistakes, things that, we probably have regrets, but we learn from these mistakes. We learn not to stay in the past, because what you're going to do if you continue to be in that state of mind of the victim mode, of like, woe is me too, me this, all this bad thing, you have to go into the drew me state. And what I'm saying in other words is to deal with your situations and try to move forward as much as you can. Yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, you're suffering. Yes, you're going through pain and all that. But that's the only way for you to grow, is going through the suffering and through the pain. You're not going to learn any other way. You're going to just be miserable if you just whining and complaining and venting on YouTube. We weren't called to do that. We weren't called to be showing hate to other people or showing hate to men and women and stuff. We were called to deal with our problems, be problem solvers. So that's what men are called to do, to fix problems.
Yep.
And sometimes we can't always fix the problem. But remember, the only thing we could control is to control ourselves. That's the only we could only be ourselves. So that's the advice I give you, to seek the help and the counsel that you need if you need it. So anyway.
Hey Manny, so your advice in a nutshell is do not be a miserable what?
You say. I'm not gonna say.
What's
Come on, man.
What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take for me to get this guy to say fuck? Look, look. I'm a God-loving man too, and maybe I shouldn't use blasphemy myself.
It's just not me. I'm not really a person to be that way.
We'll handle that aspect for you, Manny. No worries. He's saying don't be a miserable fuck. We've all been a miserable fuck before. I used to be a miserable F***.
Love it. Hey, this is John Kim, the angry therapist. I'm just saying, it's just the word right there. See, even a therapist, the angry therapist, was a miserable person. So that means that there's hope for everyone to overcome it and go and get the help you need. So anyway.
Absolutely. All right, so let's give Angel a few minutes here to share his final thoughts, and we're going to wrap this up. Angel.
My thoughts in the end is it's all about finding yourself in life as you grow older and grow wiser, because it's all about, like you said, learn from your mistakes. It's also about making the right choices after mistakes, and so that way it doesn't ever happen again. Because when I was younger, I always got into so much trouble. Like one time I kicked a teacher, and back in 2014, I kicked a neighbor in the nuts because she was screaming at me, and I just couldn't take it.
Wow.
But nowadays, I don't do that kind of stuff anymore because I learned from my mistake.
Whew. I won't mess with you, brother. Shit. Damn, dude.
I'm putting a cup near
you. So Angel, were you saying that you used to be a loose cannon? Is that what you're saying?
Hell yeah, a loose cannon on the edge.
Oh man,
a loose cannon on the edge. All right.
Because in I think junior high or one of my 4 years in high school, I kicked a teacher and I was suspended the rest of the year. And when I was younger, at the age of 16 in 2006, I just wanted to run away from school, and the school police got me, and they handcuffed me because I used to have so much mental outbreaks, mental outbursts, etc. And there was one time where I even escaped the handcuffs, because the thing about escaping the handcuffs is all about getting your wrist down to the point where the cuff is tight locked.
Wow. Wow. You know what, dude? Like you sounds like you were a lot like JB Gunner in your younger days.
Yeah. But nowadays,
you know who he is, huh? You know who Big Tail Red Pill Mind Frame. You know JB Gunner, huh? You were following him back then too, huh?
Yeah, JB Gunner.
What do you think about JB Gunner, honestly? What are your thoughts about him?
Even though I don't remember who he is, I know his name.
Well, dude, let me tell you this. I should send you some links that he responded to, what I'm trying to say is where he responded to that live stream of mine you were on last year on my former channel when you first put the sheet over your head. And the things that he said about you, dude. Oh my God, dude.
Can you send it to me on Hangouts or message me on Discord?
Yeah, I have to go find it. Got to give me some time. Probably do it later tonight or by tomorrow. But I will send it to you over the weekend. And yeah. I mean,
but yeah. My also final thoughts is it's also finding finding the stuff that you want in life, like my independence. Always wanted, and I fought and won that. So it's all about finding the stuff you want as a man in your life, and learning through your mistakes, making the right choices, getting the stuff that you want by doing it the right way, and also just making sure that you, as a man, process and succeed.
Excellent. Now, thank you very much, Angel Manny.
And the one thing that I will want to say is that earlier when there was someone in the chat that was asking you, are you hating on Mike the MGTOW Monk? And you were like, nah, I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying the fact. There are many times that people will misrepresent what you say when it's not really what it is. Like there has been many times that someone misrepresented and misinterpreted what I said. Like back in November when I was on another person's panel stream and I saw Gemma Autism as Finest Grace there, and I was just expressing how much I have not seen her on my channel as of lately, and I was just telling her how much I miss her and hope she is doing well. She thought it was hating on her when that was never the case. So it's all about getting a true, detailed description of what the person is talking about, because the littlest of things can be misrepresented, but when you hear it in full detail and full context, you'll get a better understanding.
Exactly.
No, you make perfect sense there, man. You make absolute perfect sense, and some people are more emotional than others, and Gemma actually what is it? She has, like I said, she has autism. And so she has a hard time identifying certain social cues. So you can't hold that against her. I mean, she's going to have more of those moments than the average person. So I totally get it. And some people like Gemma has always misperceived some of the things I say. So I have to explain it to her in great detail and say that, you misunderstood me. And then she gets it. It's kind of annoying to have to do that because it's kind of annoying to have to explain something specially just for one individual when your message is broad-based. But I have a personal relationship with her, just like you guys do. We work together on stuff. So for that type of relationship, I go the extra mile and I do that. Now, real quick here, before we wrap this up here, I want to mention there's been a bunch of shit going on in the chat with Jamie. Sure. Like Holly says, Jamie loves shoving his cock and everything, apparently. Spurg Destroyer says, I spoke to Mike and he says he is monetizing his channel because of his health, as he was just diagnosed with testicular cancer. Why didn't he mention that, man? Okay, so the man is going through something. I'm not going to kick a man down for that. But there should be no need for him to have to explain any reason why he wants to monetize his channel. If he wants to monetize it, monetize it. Who gives a shit? It's your channel. No one tells you how to drive your car, so why should they tell you what to do with your channel? No one tells you what to eat, right? No one tells you how to sit down and take a fucking shit. You just go and you fucking do it. It's a natural thing. Do what you feel is fucking right.
Even the animals do it.
I don't give a fuck if Mike wants to monetize his channel, go right ahead. It's within his rights to do so. Who has a fucking problem with that? But to seek out validation, if it's okay to do it, because of the way things have happened in the community, says a lot more about how this community is being misrun, by many creators. So you guys should understand, why I say what I say. I just call it as I see it. So good luck to Mike, man. I mean, best of luck to him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up because I need to go to the park and take a little walk. I've been working hard all day. Do you have one more thing to say, Angel?
Yeah, I just want to say to Manny, if you want to, the both of us to get together and do a podcast on your channel soon, you can message me on Twitter if you have one, or you can friend request me on Facebook, or
do me a favor. You're on my channel, right?
Yeah, I'm subbed up to you.
No, I was gonna say, do me a favor and message me on one of my videos, and like this, send me your email and stuff like that, and I have Google Hangouts, so I'll add you, and we'll get together, man, for sure. I would love to have you on my podcast live stream. And if you love podcasts and live streams, a great person you need to listen to, Joe Rogan Experience. He is a UFC commentator, and he's been such an inspiration with me for me. Just listen to him, all the different guys and people he has on there. So I like listening to other podcasts and other YouTubers and live streamers and stuff like that. So yeah, man, definitely we'll hit up. We'll get something going.
Excellent.
Yeah, I would love that.
All right, excellent. Hey, guys, I want to thank you both for being here tonight. I want to thank everyone out in the chat and everyone that watched this on the replay. I am going to be going out later tonight. I'm going to go take my daily walk. There will be no daily walk video today. There will be no daily walk video today, obviously, because this live stream went on far too long. Plus, I have plans tonight. The next piece of content you'll probably get from me will not be until Monday. I'm going to do some hiking this weekend with my platonic activity partner. You guys can figure that out any way you want to figure it out.
You. It's all good, man.
It's all yeah. He's got it. He's got it. And that's that. So you all have a great weekend, Manny and Angel. Shit, I keep forgetting your name, man. Oh boy, here he goes.
Until next time, the ghost of an angel is saying bye.
Yeah, Angel. Not Angel, Manny, I will send you a download link within 20 minutes after I upload the local copy I saved of the show to my server on my fiber line, and I'll send you that so you can upload it to your channel if you like as well. All right, guys and gals, have a great weekend, and we will see you all soon. Bye-bye now. We are out of here.
I will send you